Alrighty.
Anyway, I guess we're moving on to number 4. My number 4 is Alien Romulus.
Oh, okay. Mine is Alien Resurrection.
Okay, we get to talk about Alien Resurrection.
Yes.
What a fucking weird movie, isn't it?
What a weird ass movie.
Directed by a French man with a screenplay written by Joss Whedon. So yeah, of course it's going to be weird.
It is just so much fun. The budget was $70 million. Box office was
Really, $70 million?
Mm-hmm. Box office was $161.4 million.
Oh, that kind of didn't do too well.
No.
God, to put that much money into this, where'd that money go?
I feel like a lot of the xenomorphs were like CGI'd because they were very
Yeah, they
wet.
did, and it's not good.
It's not good.
This is 1997 CGI.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst xenomorph looks, I feel like, in my opinion, and they were very wet.
They were
so like wet. Dripping.
I mean, to be fair, the alien's always been wet.
Oh, these were like soaked.
Girl, they so wet.
I watched the extended cut of this, of course.
You gotta, because I don't think I know anything about the extended cut for this.
I don't think there's really that much difference in it. There's like a couple of scenes they added, like at the beginning whenever they're introducing like the pirate crew, as I call it.
Discount Firefly.
Yeah. Whenever they're introducing them, there's an extended cut of them kind of joking around, like the actor, I forgot his name. He's a French actor, the one that's in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, I don't know the name of that one. There's only 2 people out of this crew that I really know. Mm-hmm. That's Ron Perlman,
of course,
obviously because he was Hellboy.
Yes,
and actually the captain before he died is
the guy from The Crow.
Well, not just from The Crow. He was in Nope.
Oh,
he was the cinematographer from Nope.
Oh, hell yeah.
And like, for the first few minutes of the movie, I was just sitting there. It's like, I don't recognize him, but his voice sounds so familiar. Mm-hmm. And then I looked him up. It's like, yeah, he's the cinematographer from Nope.
Also, Winona Weiner. How the hell do you pronounce her?
Winona Ryder.
Winona.
Which, huge crush for me.
Oh, she's so cute. She's very pretty.
I love Winona Ryder from any era.
Oh, yeah. No, she's in this movie, she's good.
Yeah. She's good here. Like, she's holding her own against Sigourney Weaver. And she's not too bad on the eyes either.
And she's pretty.
Winona Ryder can get it, let me tell you.
Hell yeah.
Even now, Stranger Things, you can get it. Winona, if you're listening, and I know you are. I need to refrain from this. My mom listens to
I know. You're freaking thirsting over here. But yeah, so there's like an extended version of the French actor where he says to Winona, he's like, hey, what has 2 thumbs, 1 eye, a pink tongue, and fucks like a god? And she's like, what? And he's like, and he does that.
That's your Joss Whedon influence
Yep.
here. I guess we can talk about it. I don't know how familiar you are with Joss Whedon or anything that he's done.
I don't know. You know how bad I am with names.
Well, he used to be like this huge name in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. He was responsible for Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. He did Firefly and Serenity, which is why this crew in this movie, they're not exactly like the crew from Firefly. I feel like the crew in Firefly is like a lot more likable.
Okay.
But they did remind me of it because they're essentially space pirates, which is what the crew in Firefly is. Mm-hmm. And he's also responsible for the first 2 Avenger movies.
Oh, hell yeah.
So Joss Whedon, he used to be like this huge name, but then he did Justice League in 2017, butchered that movie, and then it came out that he was involved with a lot of sexual misconducts. So as much as he tried to like promote himself as a feminist, he was a bad dude, and he hasn't really done anything since Justice League, and that was almost a decade ago.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that is where.
Yeah.
That is
like that kind of humor that you just brought up with that joke. That's just who Joss Whedon is.
Yeah.
That's his level of humor, and I feel like this is early in his career where I feel like he hasn't refined that kind of humor that he has.
Yeah.
that he has in like Firefly, The Avengers, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes off as very cringy and not good.
There's like a lot of like the cutscenes that were in this. So I was like, okay, because I think there's also like a scene with the man from The Crow or Nope, and then the main dude in here the guy who hired them to collect all of these bodies. They're like talking about Winona's character, and the guy from The Crow says like, yeah, she looks like a good fuck too, or like something like that.
This movie's weirdly also misogynistic.
No,
because like Sigourney Weaver's character at one point is just like, who do I gotta fuck to get off of this ship?
Yeah.
And it feels like such an out of place line.
It is. That's what this movie is. It's very weird. But I like it.
Yeah.
But also in the extended cut, they talk about how Wayland Yutani went under decades ago.
I know about this. They were bought out by Walmart.
Yes. And
again, that's Joss Whedon humor for you. So.
Thought that was so funny, and eventually reemerged following the fall of the United Systems military, but it was bought out by Walmart.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I thought that was funny.
Especially considering the fact, so if the Predator franchise is now in canon with Alien, because Predator Badlands has a Wayland Yutani robot in it, apparently Predator Badlands takes place after Alien Resurrection.
Oh.
So it's like, why are there still Wayland Yutani robots?
Right.
I guess they just kept the name. It's like, it's kind of like how Disney bought 20th Century Fox, but 20th Century Studios still exists. So it's just like Walmart bought Wayland Yutani, but it's like Wayland Yutani is like a what do you call it? There's a specific word for it, like as kind of a
subcategory,
or something like that.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
So I can see that, but yeah, I guess that's a pretty funny joke. It's just like, yeah, Walmart bought it.
That was so silly.
If this movie were made today, it would be like Amazon bought it or Disney bought it.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I guess they also considered pulling that the third movie was all a dream. They thought about it. Because they wanted
me and the
back.
whole idea of just like it was all a dream. It's like I don't like.
I don't know who does like that shit, but they thought about that. And hopefully not. And again, they also wanted to end up on Earth, which I mean, I guess they technically do.
They kind of just show up at Earth, which all four of these movies has just been Ripley trying to get home.
Yeah. Oh, and I think that in the extended cut, it shows like the Eiffel Tower.
Oh yeah, don't they actually get? Because I think in the cut that I watched, at least, they're just outside of Earth. Like they see it through their window.
Yeah.
As they're approaching Earth, they never actually get down to Earth.
Yeah, I think in the extended cut, they do end up touching down on Earth.
They end up touching grass.
They touch grass, but it's like desolate. There's like nothing there. It's a shit show. Because I think they say in this, I think Ron Perlman says,
he's just like, Earth, what a shithole. Or something like that.
I love Ron Perlman.
I like Ron Perlman too.
He hasn't done anything shitty, right? That we know of.
Not to my knowledge.
I hope.
He's got that face though.
I know. Fuck.
He's got that long face.
Damn it.
I wish he and Guillermo del Toro can do a Hellboy 3, but they're never going to do it.
They'll never do it.
They're just going to continue to reboot Hellboy over and over again.
Like, stop. Why didn't they give Guillermo the fucking rights to the third one?
Just let him do it.
I was like, Ron Perlman's getting too old. Come on, guys.
It kind of is. I mean, you can hide anything behind makeup.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I like, quote unquote, like his character in here. I don't know. It's just because I like Ron Perlman, but he's not a good dude.
No, but it's just like, he's just a sleazeball.
His introduction's weird. He's like acting like a monkey. He's just like,
yeah,
drops a knife into the guy's leg because he's crippled.
The scene that I told you about, the joke with the pink eye and, the pink eye.
The pink eye.
The one eye and the pink tongue.
He got pink eye. It's just like, who fucks?
Who fucks? But that was like right before this scene with Ron Perlman. That's where it was like cut out.
Well, good, because that's not a very good joke.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, just like little things like that. It wasn't anything crazy. So this one, I don't really think the extended cut like really does anything.
I mean, fair enough.
But basically the premise of this movie is that they're cloning Ripley.
It's been 200, I can't remember the exact number, but it's been over 200 years since the end of Alien 3. Weyland-Yutani, or whatever company owns them now, Walmart.
Walmart, yeah.
They still want this xenomorph, so much so that they're going to clone Ripley.
Spent 200 years trying to clone her, by the way.
From blood
insane.
samples that she gave while she was on the prison planet.
That is, yeah.
Was that something that, well, I guess she was
That's what's speculated.
I guess she was in an infirmary, like an infirmary for like a lot of that movie. But it's just like, did they take blood samples from her?
That's what people are assuming is what happened, because they're like, there's no way that they got any kind of blood samples or DNA from the... Like, she threw herself into molten, like, fire. So.
She's definitively dead.
Yeah.
So this Ripley is totally brand new Ripley. Explains all of her behavioral changes. She's a lot more aggressive in this movie.
Well, that's why she decided to return to this, just because of the fact that she could play the character differently.
She also gets the fucking alien. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
In a way.
Because she didn't want to return as Ripley. That's also another reason why she didn't want to do Alien vs. Predator, because she said it sounded awful, like we talked about earlier. But yeah, she liked the concept of being part xenomorph.
I mean, that's fair. She does got acid for blood, which is a very unique thing. I kind of like the idea of just, a human red blood has acidic properties to it. I think that's fun. There's fun things in this movie.
No, like, I don't, like, this movie's just so weird and random, but I don't know
why. Yeah, you got Brad
Dourif
in here as, like, an evil scientist.
Yeah.
Being weird with the xenomorph.
Really fucking
like, that
weird.
Scene where it's like he's trying to make out with the xenomorph
through
behind
the glass.
Yeah. Good on you, Brad Dourif, for trying to pull that off, but what a weird fucking moment.
So odd. I hated watching it.
I thought he was going to stick his tongue out at one point. I'm kind of disappointed he didn't.
I thought so too.
Because the xenomorph's doing that. It's just like, I thought he was just going to be like,
I thought so too. And then I also forgot there's a CGI'd fly at the beginning in the extended cut that looks like a xenomorph. Yeah.
See, I knew about the CGI fly. I had heard about it, but when I rewatched it, I was just like, did I miss it? Like, how would I have missed it?
It's at the very beginning of the extended version. Yeah.
So I didn't watch the extended edition, so of course I missed that.
It was so bad looking. Like we said, this is 1997 CGI.
Anyway, they're like, Ripley, we cloned you. You're 8 now, like in Stranger Things that isn't out yet.
Yeah.
She's got a big old 8 tattoo on the inside of her forearm.
And the fact that there's only 8 of hers.
Yeah. I guess that buyout from Walmart really fucked up Weyland-Yutani's like research program.
It must have. But
they put everything on ice for 200
years. We'll get back to it later. But yeah, and the whole pirate crew, as I called them earlier, with Ron Perlman and Winona
Nope.
and the dude from Nope
and Winona Ryder.
Winona. They are capturing ships, and they're taking the cryo chambers with people inside of them and delivering them to Weyland, this company, so that they can perform experiments with facehuggers onto them, and they can create more xenomorphs.
Because Weyland-Yutani is a one-trick pony. That's all they want. They just want the xenomorph.
Which I still don't understand, like, why.
And we'll get to
that later.
We'll get to Alien Romulus at a certain point.
But I'm like, bro, what?
Completely kind of undermines what Weyland-Yutani is.
Yeah. But yeah, the xenomorphs are very slimy. They have three of them, right, in a room together, which I thought was quite silly.
Yeah, they do.
Why would you have 3 of them in one room?
To be pals.
Well, guess what? They devise a plan. 2 of them are like, hey, acid for blood.
What if we kill you?
Yeah, they're like, let's kill this guy. And it's so funny, this exchange, because you could kind of tell, like, they're like... They're talking in xenomorph.
Like, 2 of them are just like, we're going to do this, and one of them's like, whoa, hold on a fucking minute.
It's so funny, and they just kill him. They kill the xenomorph, and I'm like, damn.
By the way, like, that's pretty forward thinking for a xenomorph to do. But to be fair, there is a queen on board. I think it's like telling them to do that because, of course, the queen needs its minions. So.
Yeah. And then you can also like say that maybe because of all the cloning and they have like some human DNA in them, maybe they have more like
a little bit more intelligence, but like the alien's always been kind of human. Like,
yeah, that's why I was like, you could probably say that, but I feel like the queen telling them to do that.
I feel like it's the queen controlling them, hive mind like, and just like do this.
Yeah.
So, but that is a very funny exchange. You're just like, whoa. It's kind of like John Bernthal from The Punisher, just, wait.
No, seriously. So yeah, they kill that xenomorph and they get out because acid for blood. They escape, and this is when all hell kind of breaks loose.
At some point, Winona Ryder's character Call breaks Ripley out. They kind of have an exchange in here, and this is kind of where those lesbian undertones.
I was gonna say there is some tension.
They're kind of doing a little bit of the David Walter thing, of just being like lesbians, maybe,
perhaps.
Which, to be fair, like it's Winona Ryder and Sigourney Weaver, yeah,
bruh, yeah, beautiful women.
I get between that sandwich.
Stop.
I need to stop.
Your mother.
My mother listens to this, and maybe some other family members. I don't know.
So yeah, because Call is there. Cause spoiler alert, she's an android.
We don't know that
not yet
through most of this movie.
Yeah, towards the end, I think is when we find out.
Which, by the way, there was a fan theory going around for the longest time about like the androids' names in this franchise, how they follow alphabetical order.
A, B, C, D.
So like in Alien, you got Ash. In Aliens, you have Bishop. In this one, you have Call. And then in Prometheus, you have David. But then they fuck it up in Covenant where it's Walter.
Yeah, because they named Walter after someone who had like passed, I believe.
I think it was one of the producers.
I believe
Walter Hill. Yeah. Who was like there from the very beginning of all these Alien movies. There's consistent names that follow through this franchise, like Walter Hill, Dan O'Bannon, what's his name? Ronald Shusett. And we haven't even talked about him, H.R. Giger. Who designed the Xenomorphs. I don't know how familiar you are with H.R. Giger's stuff, but I love his art.
Oh, I haven't really looked into it. Besides this.
It is all sexual. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Like if you look at it, it's a bunch of like women's bodies and penetrating stuff and all that. So like, yeah, he's behind the design of the Xenomorph. He designed like all the interiors of the derelict ship from the original. So like, this franchise owes everything to H.R. Giger, and like
I saw his name be brought up a lot.
Yeah, it's because like he is fundamental to this franchise. Like I don't think Alien would be nearly as big without his design of the Xenomorph and his artwork.
Absolutely. But where were we? They escape. So Call, she goes to basically kill Ripley.
Yeah, because she's like, we can't trust her.
She didn't want the queen to be born because she knew why they were cloning her, because they were cloning Ripley to get the queen from her that was in her from the third movie.
Yeah, which they do successfully. Like we see it at the beginning of the movie. They extract the queen.
Yeah,
which
it's already been done though.
It seems weird that they're able to clone the queen as well from Ripley's DNA. I know the queen was in her in Alien 3, but it's just like, how do you fully form that from the DNA?
I don't
Prometheus
know.
fire. Let's just throw it in.
Throw that in. Yeah, I was like, I don't know how they...
That's why I don't like the black goo. It can just write anything.
Because to be fair, that has nothing to do with the black goo, because she was impregnated by a face hugger.
If the Xenomorph DNA is in her, then that is somewhere in her DNA, I would feel.
I guess so, but when she was impregnated with the face hugger,
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
This is just the premise of the movie.
Yeah,
don't think about it.
No, but yeah, it's too late, and Ripley says "Hey, you come to kill me? Too late. Sorry, already out." So then it's just okay, now what do we do? But
they're
of course,
I guess we'll just follow Sigourney Weaver. She seems to know. She's been in most of these movies. She knows
what's going on. Yeah, because she's dealt with these things before. Because all hell breaks loose. They decide that they need to get the hell out of
They
Dodge.
need to get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
This is the scene that I brought up earlier that I remember because everyone's evacuating and they get in and like the xenomorph comes in and like kills everybody in there. I remember that freaking me out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't watch this.
This is too much for me.
But it's followed up with a very silly scene afterwards, like the captain or the main guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like a very goofy performance from this dude.
So silly.
I feel like half the time he's like cross-eyed.
No, he really is.
But at one point, I can't even remember what happened. I think like a xenomorph gets him or something. But
I think so.
It bursts into the back of his head and he like grabs something and he fucking looks at it.
Yeah, he like grabs like his brain basically and looks at it and goes cross-eyed and then like
And he's just
falls.
Like,
yeah, it's
cartoonish.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I would describe this movie. It kind of feels cartoonish in a way.
No, definitely, because he's dead. They end up coming across one of the cryo chamber people that they took. That he is.
Oh yeah,
he's with Chestburster.
He is with child.
Yeah, and
they're like, dude, you're preggers. You can't come with us.
Because Ripley, doesn't she like sniff him? And she's like, yeah, you have one.
I mean, that's
in
part
you.
of her xenomorph, like you established earlier. Like other xenomorphs can sense that kind of thing.
And then they won't fuck with you.
It's why in Alien 3, like, the xenomorph doesn't attack her. It's because she has a queen inside of her. So in this one, it's like, yeah, she can sense you got a fucking alien in you.
And I just love how she's like, he has one in him. And all of them start arguing about whether or not to kill him right then and there. And he's just like, what's in me? What is in me? What the fuck is in me?
Yeah,
and no one's answering.
I like the one dude who's just like, man, I can shoot him in the back of the head. It'll be quick. He won't even know what hit him. And he's just like, the fuck is in me?
Yeah, like he is. I mean, I would be losing my shit too because I'm like, what do you mean something's in me?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Can someone
dude?
please tell me? Also, we're at the 3 hour and 20 minute mark.
Yeah, and we still have 3 other movies to talk about.
Anyways, but yeah, they end up, we'll try to make this part quick.
I mean, this movie's kind of, like, a lot of it I've forgotten, because it's a lot of them just trying to get to the ship, trying to get out, because xenomorphs are everywhere.
Yeah, they find her clones.
Yeah, they find her clones,
in.
some fucked up clones.
One of them says, like, please kill me.
Yeah, one of them just like, kill me.
Yeah, so she does. They get to the ship eventually, finally. And they discover, well, I guess this is before the ship. They discover the newborn.
Yeah, so Brad Dourif's character is describing like there's been like an added process because they extrapolated the DNA from Ripley. They can add like an actual birthing for the xenomorph. Again, this is kind of where the Ripley fucks an alien.
Yeah.
It's like her DNA impregnated this queen and can give birth to...
That's where it came in.
Yeah. Give birth to the offspring. Very unsettling design. Just
I
its
don't
pale
like
skin.
the newborn's design.
Do you know what the design looked like beforehand?
No, I don't think so.
It pretty much looked the same, except like H.R. Giger wanted to get even more sexual for it. Like on its stomach, it had like a giant vagina.
Yes.
With a dick coming out.
Yes,
pretty much.
I did hear about this. I didn't see it, but I did hear that they had to remove those.
Yeah, even 20th Century Fox was like, "This is going too far. You can't do that."
Yeah. No. Sorry, excuse me, I burped. No,
How fucking dare...
I'm sorry!
We're stopping the podcast right now. How dare you? No.
But no, I do remember reading about that they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to edit that out.
Yeah, because why would you even think that was... These fucking French people...
These French people are
I'm offending
freaks.
everybody in this episode.
I know. What something about like
Big
Irish
black dicks.
Oh my god, I meant okay.
Irish lesbians and gays.
Good
trans.
Lord.
This episode's got everything.
I love it.
That just
crazy.
shows how kind of like over the span of the course of this franchise of just like how weird and bizarre it is that
It's
you can add
so
all these
strange.
that you can add all these elements and somehow it's a consistent franchise.
Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, they end up of course in space. They poke a hole in the cargo bay, and the newborn gets sucked
out of space.
Like literally inside, like just
and the noise it makes is just like
yeah, and it's so sad because it is
it
like
sad?
Ripley is its mother.
I know Ripley's sad about it at the end, but I'm just like, is this a sad moment? Because I don't care.
But it's sad between these two.
I just got introduced to this thing.
No, it is sad between Ripley and the newborn.
Yeah, that's true. Like, he's like, I'm never going to see my lesbian moms ever again.
I know.
And then he's sucked into space.
And then he's dead.
And then he's dead.
And then they go to Earth.
They go to Earth. Alien Earth. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's where they got it from.
No, very weird movie. I don't hate this movie, even though like I was under the impression for the longest time that I hated this movie.
You don't hate this movie.
But it's so bizarre. And I kind of like it for that, but it's just like, I don't want to rewatch this.
No, it's funny and good, and I liked the vibe of it when I was watching it.
Fair enough. Well, Alien Resurrection was number 7 on my list.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I rated it a 2 out of 5, and I gave it a D rating.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, even though there are weird moments in this, it's also kind of just boring at times.
Yeah, I can get that.
And it's like, yeah, I can see the inspiration for Joss Whedon of what his career will kind of go on to. Mm-hmm. But it's like, in here, it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
I don't think the humor really works. I don't like this crew nearly as much as I like the Firefly crew. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like he refined this kind of idea later on in his career.
Yeah.
But in here, it's just like, nah, we're not quite there yet.
Not yet. But I rated it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
And I think, yeah, that's the last one that I have at a 3. The rest, I have all at 4s.
Interesting.
So again, these are like interchangeable with like my mood.
Okay, so for number 3 for me is Prometheus.
Say
yeah!
High five! Yeah!
Prometheus! Let's get into it. I have been for the longest time this movie's biggest defender.
Same, because I love this movie so much.
Granted, in the years that I have seen it, my opinion used to be like way up here with Prometheus. Mm-hmm. It's kind of come down to like here now. I
actually agree with you.
Because a lot of the things that I loved about Prometheus at the time turned out to be Damon Lindelof didn't really think this through and just kind of made shit up. And I was in my mind connecting things that weren't actually going on.
Yeah. No, after watching this, I was like, wow, these people are really dumb.
They are dumb. Not Alien Covenant dumb, but they are dumb.
But they are.
I mean, you got the mappers who are mapping the whole pyramid and they fucking get lost.
That's what I'm saying. I watched this with my boyfriend. This was the first time that he saw any Alien movie as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and
that's quite a entry point into the franchise.
Yeah, I felt like he would like this one more just because it's like sci-fi, but there's also some good action in it.
Yeah, it's more modern too. Mm-hmm. Like, even though this movie is 13 years old now,
it is still modern. But he said it was okay. I think he also rated it like a 3. This is a 4 for me.
Well, to spoil it, my rating is also a 3.
Okay. But yeah, the budget for this was 120 to 130 million.
That actually seems kind of low with how good this movie looks.
It looks very good.
I think this was like the best looking film that I saw that year. Mm-hmm. Like, gorgeous cinematography.
And the box office was 403.4 million.
Okay, so it did all right for itself.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it probably lost traction once word spread out that this isn't it's very far removed from Alien in a way.
Yeah. But I mean, I went in to watch this without even knowing it was an Alien movie, and I thought it was even better when I found out it was an Alien movie.
See, here's the thing. So I saw this midnight premiere when it came out. I was jazzed because like I had seen the trailers and they advertise it like it's an Alien movie. Like, they use the same trailer song from the original Alien trailer in the trailer for this.
Well, even like how they like spell out Prometheus.
Like the... So I was like, I fully knew that this was a prequel to Alien, and like I was fucking jazzed. Like, I couldn't have been more excited. Like, I think it was my second most anticipated movie that year.
yeah.
So I went to midnight premiere. I miss midnight premieres. I used to do them quite often, and it's like Thursday premieres are not the same.
Yeah. Doesn't have that same
It doesn't have the same vibe.
Yeah.
I used to have a poster that I got from the IMAX premiere of Prometheus.
I love that.
I lost it in my apartment fire.
Oh.
I'm going to try not to bring up my apartment fire in every episode. But no, I remember walking out of it loving the movie, mainly because, like, we'll get into it, but, like, the plot of this movie is so vague as to, like, the bigger picture of everything that's going on that I started to come up with theories about what was actually going on in the movie that elevated the movie for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I think Damon Lindelof like did some interviews of just being like, I was just kind of making shit up, and I was just like, oh, so none of this that I was thinking of was intentional.
Yeah.
You were just kind of going with the flow and
flow.
hoping whoever came in for a sequel would answer your questions. But I'll get into my theories about what I feel like is going on in the movie versus what Ridley Scott has said is going on in this movie.
I'm interested in that. But so just like a quick overview of it, it's like we said, a sequel or a prequel to
Set,
Alien.
I think I can't remember how long before the original Alien, like 40 or 50 years before.
I think so.
Roughly.
That sounds
or so.
about right.
Anyway, the base premise of this is Elizabeth Shaw is this archaeologist, and her husband, they find this map in different parts of the world that all point to this star system out in space. Again, very AVP.
Very AVP.
And they believe, like, whatever they're going to find out there are the people who created humans. Like, Elizabeth Shaw is very religious in this. She very much believes in the idea of God. She was brought up with that from her childhood. So she's very obsessed with the idea of finding God.
Finding our creator. And then also when, like, they were talking about, like, why do you still wear the cross whenever they do find out that the engineers created humans? She's like, well, who created the engineers? Yeah. So I was like, she is still very much religious just throughout this. But yeah, the whole point of this is to find our creators. And because she thinks that this map is an invitation.
Yes, because like in these paintings and like cave carvings, they all depict like a giant human pointing at the stars.
Yeah. Which
we'll get into why. Because we learn later in the movie that what this actually is like a weapons facility.
Yes.
And
they're like, hey, we can kill you at any moment, by the way.
Yeah, it's like, why are they sending them there if it's not their homeworld and actually a weapons facility?
Yes.
Like, why? And also, like, the engineers are not even from that planet.
No, I assume that it wasn't an invitation. It was kind of like a warning. Like,
it's a weird warning, though.
I felt like they were like, hey, we can kill you at any moment.
Hey, I know you're all primitive humans. Don't go to that planet. Don't go.
No, it was more like them saying, like, hey, we have a planet up there that would, like, we could kill you guys immediately with that shit.
So, I guess we can get into this. What Ridley Scott has said about this movie versus what I thought was going on in this movie. Why do you think the engineers want to kill humans?
I don't know. I never really thought too hard about it just because of the fact that I feel like it's the same way that, like, people have, like, thought about, like, when the dinosaurs were wiped out. Like, why did they do that? Or, like, you know, if you are religious and you hear about, like, the flooding that happened with Noah's Ark, like, why did they do that? It's because they just wanted to start over.
I mean, yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, I feel like it's just as easy as that.
Okay. I mean, I feel like it could be as simple as that.
Yeah,
just
but I was
like
like,
starting all over.
What was your theory?
So my theory was, there's a line near the end of this movie that David says, like when they figure out that the engineers were going to Earth to like wipe out all of humanity, he says, in order to create, one must first destroy. So I started putting in theories about this. So basically, the engineers are seen as gods. They created humanity. They had guided them throughout most of history. So we looked up at them as gods. So, like, to the engineers, they are gods, even if they aren't, even if they're mortal. And my theory is just like, throughout human history, we tend to be savages, and we tend to think of ourselves as gods. So you think about, like, ancient times, like in Rome and stuff like that, where kings would see themselves as gods and have, like, their civilizations, like, worship them. So my theory was the engineers saw that humanity was starting to look at themselves as gods rather than them, and they saw this dangerous path that humanity was going to go on, where they'll eventually think of themselves as gods and, like, eventually get on the engineer's level. And they don't like that.
Oh, okay.
So what I thought was, because what the black goo in this movie does is seems to, like, degrade a person down to being more savage and more primitive, that they created this black goo to spread over Earth to make humans more, like, savage or more, like, bring them down a notch, so that way they can see themselves as gods again. And so, like, they tried to do that. They created the black goo. Everything went haywire. All the engineers died except one. And then when that one wakes up, he sees humanity. Oh shit, they created an artificial person. They're getting onto our level now. And so they have to go to Earth immediately. Like, he feels like he needs to go to Earth immediately to just fucking wipe shop. Was kind of my theory.
Okay.
And where I thought the franchise was going to go is at the end, the Deacon comes out. And the engineers were going to see the Deacon as being like, oh, we kind of like this creature. Let's engineer this into what will eventually become the Xenomorph. As their perfect organism. You see kind of where my idea was going with everything that happens in this movie. So that was my theory. And that was the one that I was going with for everything.
For a while. Until
Damon Lindelof was just like, yeah, I had no fucking clue what I was doing. But Ridley Scott says that the reason why the engineers want to kill humans... So we've learned that the engineers in this movie died 2,000 years ago. It's very important because what happened 2,000 years ago?
Tell me.
Jesus was crucified.
Oh.
Ridley Scott said that the engineers saw humans losing their way, and so they sent an emissary down to teach them the right things. Yes, Jesus Christ was an engineer.
That's insane.
And they crucified him. It was either that Jesus was an engineer or Jesus was a human that the engineers took and taught them their ways and sent them back.
Okay.
So they crucified him, and that pissed the engineers off so much that they're like, we're going to fucking go and kill all of them. You see how my theory is a lot cooler than that?
Yeah, no, because I really just was like I said, why would any godlike being kill? Like, have you ever seen Mad God?
I have not. I've been meaning to get to it.
We should do that eventually.
That's the one with Jim Henson puppets and stuff like that.
The stop motion.
Yeah.
He worked like 30-some years on it. Yeah. But yeah, so I feel like that whole movie is kind of about like what like gods do kind of thing. And, you know, whenever you're creating something, you kind of just are looking at it, and then whenever you get bored, you kind of just fuck with it because you want to see what happens. And I feel like that's kind of what it was, where they were just like either bored, they wanted to see what would happen if they like did do it, because obviously they knew that the black goo would transform the DNA and whatever, and they're like, hey, let's see what happens if we do that.
Let's fuck around and
obviously
find out.
It seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like they had a lot of these ships with this black goo in it. So it's like, were they going to different planets as well? Are there more planets that they were going to destroy or do this to?
That's true. But in Alien Covenant, we see even when David dispersed like everything, it really only covered like the one city.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe they had multiple ships to cover the entire planet.
See, so that's what I was like, I'm wondering how that would go. But yeah, so it's just like, to me, I was like, yeah, they were bored. Because Shaw the whole time is like, why do you hate us? Why did you do this? Da-da-da. It's like, because they fucking can.
Yeah, that's
I feel like
true.
that's just as simple. I don't know.
And here I was overcomplicating.
Yeah, I was like, but I mean, that's how like cynical I could think. It's just like they can do whatever because they're gods. So like, why not?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
God giveth life, and then it taketh away,
Exactly.
as the old saying goes.
But I will say, I wish that they kept a lot of the deleted scenes in.
Yes, this movie would really benefit from having
It
a lot of its
explains
deleted.
so much.
Like, especially with the interaction between David and the engineer near the end of the movie. Because, I mean, I do like the idea of just, like, David's talking to the engineer and there's no subtitles and you don't exactly know what it is that they said to each other. But I like that the conversation is extended in these deleted scenes and you get more insight into what the engineer's thinking versus what David's telling him. Like, I feel like that's kind of needed, especially since it kind of ties in everything that you're doing in this movie.
Well, and then even in the beginning, because the very first shot that we see is one of the engineers on a cliffside.
Oh, yeah, where he's sacrificing his own body to create life.
Yeah, and he takes a sip of the Prometheus fire, the black goo.
The black goo.
And then it like disintegrates him basically, and that's they do that to seed the planet. He's seeding the planet with his DNA, hastening evolution upon the world, you know. And this was supposed to be.
You could say he's the world.
Good lord. We're not supposed to. Jade has to bleep all of these.
We've already said it like 100 million times at this point.
But so it's based off of the myth of Geshtu. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Oh.
And that blood was used for the creation of the mankind.
Okay.
So that's what that was supposed to be. And apparently it showed him in the deleted scene, him being chosen by the elders
like
to do
it
this.
has, like, I remember seeing images of this. I've seen some of the deleted scene of just all the other engineers around him.
Yeah.
Just, like, giving him the vial.
The bowl to drink from and everything like that. And so I felt like that would have been more what's the word I'm looking for? More information given. Because it would make more sense.
It would have made the movie make more sense.
Yes.
And I feel like, out of all these movies that I think deserve a director's cut, I feel like Prometheus does. Just because I need the movie to give more of what's actually going on.
Yeah. No, I agree. I feel like the deleted scenes kind of explain more what the engineers' motives were.
Yeah.
And just all of that.
Also, how do you feel about the engineers being the space jockeys?
I like it.
They're too small, in my opinion.
Okay, so if you compare them to what the space jockey was from the first one, they're quite small compared.
They're pretty small because, like, the engineers, they just seem like 8-foot tall dudes. Whereas in Alien, like, you see that space jockey, and it's like fucking 20 feet huge.
Yeah.
And also, like, they describe it in the original Alien like it's a fossilized, like, creature that's sitting in that. But in this one, they kind of explain it's a suit that goes over.
I kind of like how they explained that it was a suit and like the mask, like the
elephant mask.
Yeah, the elephant mask like thing. And they took it off. I don't know. I thought that was like a cool way to explain like the look of the space jockey.
It's a cool concept. It kind of just... It's a lot like, to bring up a Star Wars reference, whenever they brought in midichlorians to describe the Force, and it kind of demystifies, like, what makes the Force special in the Star Wars movies. I kind of feel like that. It's just like, what is this alien creature, this giant, like, elephant-like thing? And it's like, oh, it's a dude in a suit.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool that they...
I mean, they're cool designs. Like, I like the fact that the engineers look like handsome Squidward from...
No, they definitely do. I remember that was
I like how they're also all big and buff.
They're big, buff, and bald.
They're big, buff, and beautiful.
Big, buff, and beautiful. The opening shot of this is really beautiful.
The panning over all the landscape.
Yeah.
I also love the soundtrack to this. Like, that opening
good.
score is great.
Yeah. No, my boyfriend said at the opening scene, he said this looks like some Van Gogh shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
He also thought it was very pretty.
It's a very pretty movie, just from beginning to end. Like, great. I think the CGI looks great in this movie, too.
Oh, yeah. No, everything looks really good. I think the only, because obviously there's some gripes about it with just people being dumb, like them just poking around in all of the black goo. The people who are literally mapping the place.
They just get lost.
And I thought that was crazy because I think his name was Fifield.
Fifield, and I'm trying to remember the other guy's name. Bringing up Prometheus here.
Because Fifield has his little pups.
Yeah, he calls them pups. They're like little balls of like lasers that shoot out that like they fly out and they kind of map everything as they go along.
Well, at one point he says, "My pups say to go this way." Mm-hmm. But then when he
gets lost.
goes to leave, he gets lost, and I'm like, "What are your pups telling you, my guy?"
The other guy is Milburn.
Milburn, okay.
That also gets lost in there. He's not the map guy, but like he's following.
He's following the map guy, exactly.
Milburn is also very stupid because I don't understand this character's motivation. At one point, like he, along with Fifield, get freaked out when they find the dead engineers.
Yes.
And then they get trapped in the pyramid, but they go back in, like, the temple.
They go back exactly where they ran from, where they got freaked out by.
The black goo has seeped into the ground from the vials that are in this room.
And they affected the worms.
The worms that are in there, and they become giant penis vagina monsters.
Our first look of a face hugger.
Uh-huh. And Milburn is just like, "Oh, aren't you pretty? Let me touch you."
I was like, hold on a second.
It's like you just got freaked out by a bunch of dead aliens and you don't think that this is strange?
And they just saw a bunch of dead bodies and they're like, who killed these things?
Yeah.
And then
you see
they
a
come
bunch
in
of penis
here
monsters.
and they're like, "What's up, beautiful? You looking kind of cute, coochie coo."
You can tell that H.R. Geiger worked on this movie. This might have been the final movie that he worked on before he passed away.
I think it was.
Yeah, because he passed away in 2012. Mm-hmm. So, but you can tell that his inspiration's here because these are literally giant penises coming out.
Yeah, no, it's very obvious. Like most of the imagery in these movies are phallic.
Most of the imagery in this is just like penises, vaginas, stuff like that. Very human anatomy stuff.
Yeah, but that was like my main gripe about it. But obviously, they find the engineers. They're trying to figure out what killed all of them. David finds the black goo. He starts experimenting with it. With Shaw's partner, boyfriend or husband. I'm not for sure. I think it's just boyfriend.
They're partners.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're... No, because, like, he has a wedding ring. I remember him taking off at one point.
Okay, you're right. So, yeah, they are married.
Yeah, they are married. We also figure out that she is infertile. In a very kind of forced line that's brought up at one point. Like, they discover the engineers and they figure out that, like, our DNA and their DNA are, like, a 98% or 99% match. Which basically confirms, like, forget Darwinism. Yeah. We came straight from these guys.
Exactly.
But anyway, they figure that out, and, like, she tells her boyfriend, discount Tom Hardy is what I call him.
Love that.
But anyway, he's just like, well, I guess we can, like, anyone can create life. You just need a little bit of DNA and stuff like that. And she's like, I can't create life.
Well, I was like, that was literally him putting his foot in his mouth because he's like, any idiot with DNA can create life. And she's like, well, I can't. And he's like, oh, baby girl, that's not what I meant. I'm so sorry. Let's have sex right now.
Let's have sex right now. Oh, shit. Devil's advocate, though, I do think he mainly said that because he is drunk. He's been drinking
he's been drinking.
He gets to the planet, he's super excited. By the way, he describes it like it's Christmas Day. I gotta go open my presents. Christmas, yeah. This is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
Confirmed a Christmas movie. Like, the captain is even putting up a Christmas tree when they come out of cryo sleep.
Yeah, because he's like, we need, like, time is passing. Yeah. But I also thought it was so weird how upset he was because he says something like, this is just another tomb. And I was like, another tomb of our creators. Like,
Well,
you found proof.
I think he's kind of
You
like...
have a head.
I think he kind of has, like, the same mentality of, like, Wayland, of just, like, yeah, I burped.
Disgusting.
Disgusting! Of just, like, he wanted to talk to them. Which, I get it. Like, when you're in the face of God, you have questions, and you do want to ask him things. So I get the disappointment.
I guess so, but
Especially when you spent, like, years on this project.
But it's like, it's been one day, and you guys haven't even explored everything. And
Yeah, that's
immediately
true.
he was just like, woe is me. Why are we even here? This is bullshit. Let me just drink myself away. And you know what? That's what happens, kids. When you drink, you die. Because
when you drink, you get impregnated
with the black goo.
By black goo sperm, and then you impregnate your infertile wife.
With the trilobite. And then you're all dead.
Then you're all dead.
So that's what happens when you drink. So
it's
don't
like
drink.
Mean Girls said, don't have sex. If you do, you will get pregnant and die.
Exactly. Don't drink and have sex.
I feel like Ridley Scott is a huge Mean Girls fan. He made this whole movie. By the way, like, a little side tangent. We're both fans of Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, yeah.
I do have, like, something against this movie because Guillermo del Toro for the long time was going to make an adaptation of At the Mountains of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft. But this movie came out, and this movie has a lot of narrative similarities to At the Mountains of Madness.
So he's like...
So much so that even Guillermo del Toro said, like, some scenes would be, like, almost, like, recreating it.
Yeah.
So that project died. So I hope one day he gets to make that movie because I would love to see At the Mountains of Madness from Guillermo del Toro, but this movie killed that.
Yeah.
Prospect, so.
Damn. But yeah, and so, I mean, she gets impregnated by the trilobite.
Mm-hmm. All the while, David is just, like, kind of working in the background.
Mm-hmm. He then, asks her because, I mean, obviously they go back and to try to find Fifield and Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne, was that his name?
Yeah, Melbourne.
Okay,
yeah.
They try to find them. They find out that they're fucked. They're dead.
Yeah. Well, they find Melbourne's body, but Fifield they don't find because he comes back later.
Yeah. And then they see that her husband is getting quite sick. So they try to bring him back on the ship. He is turning into, like, a mutant monster very quickly.
Something like that.
Which
lends to my theory of just, like, oh, he's becoming more savage. Because we'll find Fifield, like, completely savage at this point.
And then Charlize Theron, she's here.
She is here.
She's hanging out.
I'm also going to gush over Charlize Theron, like, girl.
Oh, she's so pretty.
She's so pretty.
But yeah,
even when she's bald in Fury Road, she's, like, gorgeous.
Gorgeous. But yeah, so she sets him on fire. And he's dead. And so obviously Shaw kind of
she's upset about it.
She's upset.
It's a weird cut that happens in this movie where it's like we see her husband, like, get burned and she's, like, on the ground just like, no, and then we fade to Wyatt and then we come in and she's just lying on the table unconscious. It's like, what happened?
I assume some sort of psychotic break.
I fully believe that David probably hit her on the back of the head. And
you know what? I would not put it past him. And then he says, hey, did you guys have sex?
He's like, hey, baby girl, have you fucked recently?
Yeah, because he's like, you're like 3 months pregnant, by the way. And she's like, huh?
Huh? Are you kidding me? It's like, that shouldn't be possible. It's like, we had sex last night. And it's like, well, it's not actually a baby.
Yeah, he's like, it's actually a creature. And he won't let her see it. And then he's like, we're just going to put you in cryo sleep. And like...
It's like, don't worry, we're going to freeze you and then we're going to bring you back home. It's going to be fine.
I don't want to do that. So she goes, they have this little... machine med bay thing,
which by the way foreshadows right before the reveal of just like Wayland's still alive. Like at the beginning of the movie we get like a message from Wayland and he's just like, if you're seeing this message, you got to your destination and I've been long dead. And it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, because he went into cryo sleep pretty early before he died.
But anyway, she goes to the machine and she's like, perform a cesarean on me, and the machine's just like, no, this machine's only calibrated for male patients.
And it's
in Vicar's room,
yeah.
Charlize Theron's character. So it's like, oh, it's calibrated for male patients.
So it's obviously not
So
for
it's
her.
obviously for Waylon, because it's not for Idris Elba.
Well, and it's
Dude's healthy as fuck.
and it's not for David because he's an
because
android.
he's an alien. It's not for Benedict Wong is in this movie. Surprise Benedict Wong. He's super skinny in this movie.
He is. But yeah, so she gets in there. She performs. What does she put in there?
She's just like foreign object in Indomitable.
Yes.
Like, get it out, pretty much. In a very gruesome sequence.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a really good sequence. I even loved this when I saw it in theaters. Of just like, bitch is still awake. Like, I would just be like, can you knock me out for this procedure?
No, she's still awake.
She's like hitting herself with like, I imagine painkillers the entire time.
Just keeps injecting herself.
But the
with
machine
them.
like cuts her open, like pries open the scar, and then just like a claw machine just picks it up.
Takes it out. And it's so cool. I saw the behind the scenes of them doing this where they like wrapped it in like the condom with like the blood-like fluid.
That's very alien because like a lot of the secretions from the alien creature is just KY jelly.
Yes, and they like pop it so that it like
disgusting.
leaks out.
Like it gets in her open wound too.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh. I was like, I don't know if you're gonna make it after this without an infection. But yeah, she shimmies out of there.
Yeah, she's just like, let me get the fuck out of here. While the trilobite's just like, being like very face huggery of just like trying.
Flapping around.
I feel like it's trying to get onto Shaw but can't.
Yeah, because it's in the claw.
Yeah, it's the claw.
Exactly.
For all of our Toy Story fans out there.
But yeah, so she thinks that she has ended it because she does a decontamination on it and it kind of like stops moving, goes limp.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that's fine for now. And she's like, I need to get suited up so I can go with Wayland.
Yeah, she discovers in the meantime that Wayland's still alive on the ship. Wayland's ultimate goal is like he wants to live forever while looking like a decrepit monster man.
And he's like, they know how to do it. Which obviously they don't know how to live forever because all of them were dead.
Yeah, that's true.
So
also a weird choice to get Guy Pearce in here and put him in old man makeup.
I also thought that was weird.
There was supposed to be a scene in the movie, and you can find it online of just like Wayland at a TED Talk, and it's just normal Guy Pearce. Mm-hmm. I think that was supposed to be near the beginning of the movie, so that way later on we can see old Guy Pearce. But it's just weird that they cut that, and it's just like Guy Pearce in this really bad old age makeup. They made up for it in Alien Covenant, where they have a prologue where young Guy Pearce is there.
But that was like the only thing where it like made some sort of sense. This one did not make any sense why he was in old makeup.
I mean, he's an elderly man on death's door, and he's just like, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
I want to live another 100 years. Look how decrepit
Which is
I am.
so a weird concept to me, but all
I mean,
right.
I get it. Death is a very scary thing, and you want to extend your life, but it's like, dude, if I lived as long as you, dude, I would probably not want to keep going.
Absolutely not. So yeah, they decide to go ahead because one of the engineers they found out is in the cryo chamber still.
Yeah, still alive because David found him by exploring the ship. I like the image of David sitting in this giant oversized chair.
I thought that was so funny. He was
like he's a little kid.
Kicking his legs.
Do you think it's kind of a stretch that David knows the engineer's language just by studying human language?
Well, no, because I mean, I guess like Shaw and her husband gave him all of the writings and like not calligraphy. What am I thinking of?
Like hieroglyphs and stuff like that.
They found, and he like studied them. And
I know, but to like be able to accurately interpret the engineer's
I think it's a
language
little
from
crazy.
That is kind of a bit of a stretch
because of the fact that like even because this is just based off Shaw and her husband's findings that he is like
nothing has been proven.
No. So it is a little far-fetched, but
yeah, David finds the last living engineer, and they go find him because Wayland's just gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna recreate Blade Runner, and I'm gonna ask you for more life.
And the engineer's having none of it.
Before that, though, we get like a little interchange between Shaw and the captain. Like the captain somehow figures out that this is a weapons
Oh,
facility.
yeah,
he
because-
kind of pulls that out of his ass
Well-
and just like, this is a weapons facility.
Because he sees the map finally finishes mapping out
Yeah, but
the pups, and he sees that there's a ship, and then he went in with them to go get Fiefeld, and he saw all of the vases, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And I think he kind of like pieced it together.
I know, but it's just weird because he just comes in the room and he's like, you know what this is? It's a weapons facility. They created weapons of mass destruction. It's
I
just,
mean, wasn't he in the military? Isn't that like part of his like backstory?
kinda. Do we know much about his backstory?
I think he like
he
mentions
fucks
it.
Charlize Theron. We
He
know
does.
that.
He
has a
does.
thing for blondes. Mm-hmm. To be fair, I don't blame him.
But I think that he does mention something like that at some point, that he
Okay.
was in the military.
I feel like we don't get much on any of the characters other than Shaw, David,
Yeah.
Wayland.
I could have, maybe I made that up. I don't know. But he does say, like, this is a weapons facility. You don't make bioweapons in your home. This isn't where
Yeah.
they are from.
Which
like,
makes sense. And then it just brings up the question. It's just like, well, why'd they send him there?
Yeah.
Why'd they create a map there?
But then that's when Shaw's like, I know I'm going to try and stop this.
Yeah, and she's just like, you can't let this. You can't let this get off this planet.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let it get back to Earth. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
So they go down. They meet the engineer, and the engineer. You gotta imagine this scene from the engineer's perspective.
I was thinking that too.
Like he went into cryosleep with all of his buddies still alive. He comes out. There's nobody there. There's a bunch of humans there, and one of them is like an old fucking decrepit man who's just like, give me more life. And he's
Please.
like, dude, I fucking just woke up.
Yeah, and then Shaw's over there like, why do you hate us? Why are you trying to destroy
Yeah.
us? And then like Wayland's just like, shut her up. Like, what the hell?
I just think it's funny looking at this from the engineer's perspective of just like, dude, I just woke up. What the fuck are you doing?
It's like, come, give me like 5 minutes, you guys. Damn. It's like waking your parents up and like asking them a million questions.
Yeah.
And like, shut the fuck up.
David tries to communicate with him. Everything goes south and like twists his head off and then smacks Wayland over the head with it.
Yeah,
I
so
like how we did
both
similar.
did the movements. The cameraman. We need that. But yeah, and then Shaw starts running.
Yeah. And the engineer starts to get in to the ship. That's when we learn about like the elephant suit that goes over him in the sea, and all of us in the theater pointed and just like, alien.
But not me, because I still wasn't for sure what was going on yet.
I remember sitting in theater just
Yeah.
like freaking out, just like, oh, it's like alien.
It's like aliens.
I was 20 and I was stupid. So
But so Shaw's like, we need to stop this ship from taking off. She's running outside now. She's getting in touch with Idris Elba, and she's like, we can't let this get back to Earth. Like, you have to trust me. He's going there. Like, he is going to release the stuff to Earth. There's not going to be an Earth to go back to.
this moment is actually one of my favorites in this movie
I
of
love
just
it.
the self-sacrifice between the captain and his two mates.
Yeah.
Like, I like this. Of
I do
just
too.
like, humanity is not all selfish.
He said, I understand if you boys want to leave. I got this. You can go with Charlize Theron.
Which,
Let's
you know,
go.
I probably would have jumped on that opportunity.
Like, hold
but
on.
You're telling me I get to go stay with Charlize Theron? Fuck yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Mom, for
but-
listening to this.
But they say, no,
Yeah,
you can't
I
drive
like,
the ship.
Yeah, Benedict Wong's line is like, no offense, Captain, but you're a shit pilot.
Yeah.
You're going to need all the help that you can get.
And it was so nice because they just shoot it straight
Straight into
on.
there. Kind of an Independence Day moment.
For sure.
But yeah, then we get the rolling ship, and the highly controversial topic, the talking point of this movie is just like Shaw and Charlize Theron are running away from the ship as it's rolling, and it's rolling in a straight line. And they're
Why are
running
you
in a
running
straight line.
straight?
Why don't you run opposite ways?
Yeah,
I can kind of go with the fact that there's debris falling everywhere, and they might get hit. But it's like, I would take my chance with that rather than being crushed by this ship.
Like how
Charlize Theron gets crushed.
Yep, exactly. But Shaw gets saved because she almost gets crushed, but she
almost did
wedges
because-
herself just enough where
Just
a rock
enough,
stops
which
her.
I feel like the force of that giant ass ship coming
would've
down
crushed
would have
the rock.
crushed the rock and her underneath it.
I agree. But
But
plot
whatever.
armor. Yeah.
Who cares?
And then that's when
She goes back to the ejected lifeboat because
Of
we
Vickers,
establish
yeah.
we establish early on in the movie that the room that Vickers has on the ship is like a lifeboat that can sustain like 3 years of life. Like
Yeah,
it
I
has
think
3 years
there's-
worth of oxygen on it.
Yeah, and I think was it 3 years worth of oxygen?
I think that's what they said because
Okay.
I think the captain even says it's like, do you want to like he says to Vickers, it's just like, do you want to be here with me or do you want 3 extra years of life?
Okay, which I don't even know why you would even. I would just want to blow up, honestly.
Yeah, because like aside
What?
from food, like what are you gonna do on this planet? There's
Yeah.
nothing to do.
Like for 3 years, fuck that. And then what? You're just gonna starve to death? Like that sounds awful. I'd rather
Yeah.
blow up.
Anyway, Shaw goes there because she's running out of oxygen, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when she finds the trilobite like bigger.
Yeah, well, because she sees that it's up against the glass and it's huge now.
It does its little tentacle thing.
Yeah, and that was a really good sound effect.
That's what it sounds like in the movie, like winding up against the glass.
No,
It
that
just-
was good. And then that's when David gets in contact with her and says,
Yeah, David's like,
he's coming for you."
he's like, Shaw, you gotta get the fuck out of there. Like, that dude has road rage and he's gonna kick your ass.
and she said, "Who's coming?" And then you hear
the computer's like,
the doors have been
perimeter
open.
breach, and
yeah,
like, the engineer comes in all fucking pissed off.
yeah, he is fucking livid. I guess.
And then Shaw's just like, meet my son, and opens the door, and out comes this giant face hugger tentacle monster.
Trilobite.
The
And
trilobite.
He just wraps himself around.
And then shoves his phallic ovipositor
Yep.
down his throat.
Yeah.
I think this might be the first time in the franchise, I can't remember, where we actually see that happen. Of just like
It going into the mouth.
into the mouth and like down the throat.
Because I know
Like,
in Aliens we saw it like
we saw it like
trying,
wagging around trying to
but
get in
I
there.
think this is the first time we see it actually go
Yeah.
into the mouth.
where it's just it's kind of like the original writers just being like, look, it's metaphor.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, you see this?" And yeah, so Shaw's like, "Well, my work's here done, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and find David."
Well, she's crying on the ground. She's just like, I'm sorry, Charlie.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. It's only in this moment that I remember what her husband's name was. It's Charlie.
Oh, it's Charlie, and
because I just remember her crying, just being like, I'm sorry, Charlie.
and David's like, "Hey, can you hear me? Can you come get me?"
Yeah, my favorite like comedic line in this is just like David's like head lying on the ground with his body in the foreground. And he's just like, I know we've had our differences. Just trying to amend, like trying to build bridges back
I
again.
know I killed your husband.
He's like, I know that I killed your husband and I led you down this like death trap. But girl, there are other ships on this planet.
This isn't the only one.
It's like, we can get back to Earth, and Shaw's just like, I don't want to go to Earth. I want to go to where they come from.
Yeah.
Which, when we get to Alien Covenant, apparently that planet that they go to isn't where the engineers are from,
No,
according to Ridley Scott.
I think that's what they said. Yeah.
Which I don't think that was the intent when they made that movie. I feel like that was supposed to be the engineer world.
Yeah.
They killed him off, and they're like, we're done with this. And then people were outraged, and he's just like, actually, no.
Yeah.
That wasn't the,
He
like...
backpedaled.
Which, by the way, like, why would they charter a course to a planet that isn't, like, the engineer's homeworld? Like, they're specifically going. And
Yeah.
David's just like, yeah, I know where it is.
It's like, yeah.
But it brought
doesn't-
him to a planet that's not.
But it's like, because there's engineers there, so it's like, what else would this be? Because
Yeah.
the other side was obviously for, like, biochemical weapons.
So it's
what
like,
is
where
this
do the
spot?
engineers live?
For farming?
I feel
They
like
have,
we're,
like-
I feel like we're probably never gonna know.
No, absolutely not.
Now that Disney owns it, they're gonna go more traditional alien route with this. But yeah,
From
that's
now on.
the end of the movie.
That's
Oh well, no, the Deacon.
Oh,
pops up.
yeah, because then
And it's just like, look, guys, it's Alien.
And that's when I said, oh my god, it's an alien movie.
yeah,
And it was so much fun. I liked this movie.
I like this movie too.
That's
I feel
why
like
it's...
I feel like the individual pieces of the plot kind of get lost in the overarching like message that they're trying to give to this movie, but I do like this movie. I like the questions that it asks. I like that they're just like, let's not so much do what we've done in the past with Alien. Let's try something new.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. It's just a shame that these characters are stupid.
Yeah. No, that was the main thing. They were just making dumb decisions.
Quite a bit of this plot doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's very entertaining. I know a lot of people didn't like this movie when it came out. They were angry that they were sold on an Alien movie.
Which I'm pissed that people didn't like this, because I was like, wow, we really finally had something different going on with the Alien franchise, and you guys shit on it.
And then it led to Alien Covenant.
Yeah, it's like, look what you guys did.
How fucking dare you? Anyway, I think I already said I rated Prometheus 3 out of 5 and I give it a B. Put it in B tier.
Oh yeah. And I think I already said it, but a 4.
Nice. Okay, well, my number 2 is Aliens.
Okay, yes, we did.
Yeah.
It's like right back there. My number 2 is Alien Romulus.
Okay. We had the same number
We
1.
did.
We finally did it. Hell yeah. I was actually wondering, like, after the Halloween ranking, it's like, are we going to rank number 1 the same? But,
I had to.
Okay, Alien Romulus, which was my number 4. I think this movie's fine.
Yeah, like, it's nothing. I mean, I really like this movie. Okay, so the premise of it is that it's literally Alien movie.
I mean, it pretty much is. Like, the way that I described it at the time, I'm not sure if I described it to you this way when I first talked about it, is that it feels like 20th Century Studios gave an Alien fan, like, $100 million to make the most expensive fan-made movie ever.
And I love it.
I'm not on board because, like...
I'm here for the fan service.
This wasn't the direction.
I'm a fan. I've been serviced.
And I'm not a huge fan of the fan service. Especially since it just feels like they random grab different things just throughout the Alien franchise and kind of just mush it all together into, like, kind of a Frankenstein-like movie. I think the redeeming factors for me in this movie are our main characters.
I liked our main characters.
Especially Andy.
I love Andy. I would die for him. I think that is my first note. I would die for Andy.
Me too. Like, the actor, what's his name? It's David Johnson. David Johnson. Fantastic performance.
Oh,
he does amazing in this.
I at first liked Rain, and then I hated her because, so the premise of this movie is that she is a worker for Wayland Industries, and she...
on this, like, shit planet that's, like, basically a coal mine planet.
Yeah. Her parents have passed because of the work that they do. And it's only her and her brother Andy, who is an android or a synthetic human.
I like that they didn't try to hide it from the beginning. From the very beginning he's an android.
Yes. And so she's trying to go to, I forgot the
I can't remember what the name of the planet is either.
But she's trying to go to this planet that is supposed to have better life on it.
I mean, anything's better than a coal mine planet, I feel like.
And her ex-boyfriend has this idea, and they can only execute it with Andy. So that's why they ask her to come along, because Andy is a Wayland synthetic. Yeah,
they say, like, he can speak mother or something like that. He can bypass all the restrictions.
Because they find
this, like, floating... I guess it's like facility, like a space station up above the planet that they're on.
And it has cryo chambers.
It has cryo chambers that they can use to get off the planet to the dream planet that they want to go to.
Yes. And so that's the whole premise of the movie, is them trying to get these cryo chambers to get to that planet.
And then aliens
happen. I do like this premise. I like how it's like younger people this time.
I do appreciate that it's a much younger crew to stark contrast with like the mid-40s that everyone was in the original Alien.
And I feel like this also helps with kind of like any kind of silly decisions they might make, because they're just like young.
We'll get into it. Some of these characters, like thinking about all the things that they take from previous franchises, it's like they grabbed the stupidity of the characters from Prometheus and Alien Romulus and kind of gave it to them in parts of this movie.
Yes. The budget for this was $80 million, though.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like that feels appropriate for what this movie is. We'll get into some of the facehugger like puppets in this, and they very much feel and look like puppets.
Yeah. And then the box office was $350.9 million.
Okay. Yeah, it was a pretty good hit.
I went to watch this in theaters, and
I saw it in
loved
theaters too.
Yeah, this is one of the first movies I saw in theaters in the longest of times.
You saw it before I did.
I did.
And I remember bringing up concerns to you that ended up being true. Just like I don't want just another Alien movie, and
said,
that's what it is.
It is, and the thing is, I feel like it's nice because this one came out a couple years, obviously, since the last Alien movie.
Approximately 7 years.
Yeah, and just with the whole, engineers, we're killing off the engineers, and just like that whole thing, trying something new. I feel like this has because at the end of this, they did do something new, and I loved it. They did,
and that's like, weirdly enough to say the ending of the movie was the highlight for me, because I was just like, finally something interesting.
Yeah, no, I think that's what made me love this so much, because it brings you back to the OG Alien-esque movie, but then it also throws in something new. And I feel like I like that, especially for like newer people or like that are like getting into Alien.
It's of the same tradition that Hollywood does of just like the soft reboot, or I hate this term, the requel, like reboot prequel, where it's just like what you've seen before is canon, but we're kind of starting over. Like Halloween did it, Star Wars did it.
This is definitely that.
Jurassic Park has done it. This is following in that same vein. It's just, to me, doing Alien again and not doing it particularly better just kind of feels like I've seen this already, and I don't necessarily need more of it. But then we get to the last like 10-15 minutes of this, and I was like, oh, you gave me a crumb of something interesting to look forward to. I wish more of the movie had.
Yeah, so right when we meet the little ragtag group of people, which it's Ray and Andy, and then we have Rain's ex-boyfriend.
Some other people.
We have Bjorn, I think is his name, is ex-boyfriend's cousin.
Yeah.
We have ex-boyfriend's sister.
Yes, who hooked up with the cousin.
Yes. And then we also
are they cousins or are they just friends?
No, it's cousin.
That paints this movie in a very different light for me.
And then so Bjorn, the cousin, has a stepsister. I believe her name starts with an N. I can't remember. I want to say Nova.
Is it Bald Chick?
Yeah, Bald Chick.
Bringing the bald back from Alien 3.
I don't remember her name. I'm going to call her Nova.
I mean, she is the first to die.
She is. So. And apparently that scene took a really long time to film, like a couple of days, and she...
Oh, the chest burster scene?
Like with her, the face hugger scene.
Okay.
And she said she just had to, like, sit there with a face hugger on the floor while, like, everyone else was doing dialogue. And
it's a shame that John Hurt had passed away by this point. She could have gone to him for advice of just, like, what's it like to have that thing on your face for that many shots?
Yeah. And like she kept having to get like her breathing even with like the animatronic that they were using.
I'm not sure if
because of the lore.
I'm not sure if we learned that from previous movies that the air sacs like sync the breathing up.
I think that we do in the first one. They mention it.
I think they mentioned that it helps with the breathing, but I didn't know about like the synchronizing or anything like that.
Because it's cutting off their whole airway and like it's giving oxygen.
Yeah, because Ash describes like it's feeding it oxygen. I just thought like it was going through and just like through the tube, just feeding it. I didn't know like synchronizing with the breathing. That was a pretty cool detail that's in this movie.
So they're all getting together and they go into the Weyland ship. It's not really a ship. It's like a part of it.
It's like a satellite or like a floating space station.
They go to get the cryo chambers but realize that they don't have enough juice in them.
Yeah, they're like, this machine ain't got enough gas in it. This is the one with like kind of the ridiculous Cockney accents. Like it's a meme
It's
from the
maybe
trailer of just
Bjorn.
like there's something in the fucking water.
Yeah, because there was something in the fucking water.
There was something in the fucking water.
When they went to go get more of the juice from the cryo chambers, because that was the only thing keeping the face huggers that they were experimenting on. Because spoiler alert, they found the alien, the
From
xenomorph.
the first Alien movie.
Yes, that Ripley shot out of the airlock.
Tough son of a bitch. Even in space, it didn't die.
They found it and they started doing experiments on it. And so obviously they have face huggers, as does every facility that's been experimenting with xenomorphs.
So let's get into this now. Does
Do
this break Alien canon? Because in this movie, Weyland Yutani gets a hold of the alien, which is the whole point of what Weyland Yutani does. They have done their experiments. They got the Prometheus fire out of it. They made synthetic face huggers that they can grow themselves. They have all this research and data and everything like that. But in Aliens, they're still trying to get it.
I think in this one, because obviously Rook, who's in this, is still saying that the mission has not succeeded yet.
But it's like they have all this data. They have the starting point.
Yes.
So it's like, if they have all of this, was it just all on the Romulus?
Well, with that, I have my finger up. With that, because whenever the xenomorph got loose and attacked, and so I think that obviously dislodged them from their ship, right?
Yeah.
And so they have all of the lab and whatnot with them. But obviously that's been lost. And we know from all the other Alien movies that Weyland does not keep track of their ships very well. They do not,
this very much paints Weyland Yutani as a very incompetent, because they had it. They had what they were looking for. They did all this research.
They lost it.
And I guess they just fucking lost it.
No, I was like, I really think that was it, that they just have shit tracking on their ships.
Like, they didn't make backups. They didn't send it to any other servers. I know that technically this is all 1970s future technology.
Yeah.
But it's like, you gotta have some backups. Like, you didn't do anything?
I don't think that they did, because they were still actively researching it, because they were talking about the rat, how they injected it with the Prometheus fire.
Yeah.
But obviously they didn't, because Rook was even saying, yeah, this thing lived and it was able to regenerate. But obviously shit hit the fan pretty soon, because they didn't notice that the rat exploded.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. To me, grotesque creature.
To me, it just seemed weird to just be like, the Weyland Yutani Corporation got it and then just somehow lost it.
No, I really honestly believe that once the xenomorph broke loose, that they lost contact with Weyland Industries and they broke off from their mothership and they fucked up.
It's so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
To even like...
It tracks for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's just... It's just such a weird way to write around that problem.
No, I get that.
When it's just like they had no backups. Like this is supposed to be like, you think about like research facilities in our real life and like how much backup they must do. Not just like digital,
not
but like
Walmart.
physical. Yeah, not at Walmart.
Walmart hasn't bought it yet.
Yeah, that's fair. They haven't got it yet. That's another like 200 years in the future. Okay, fair enough.
But
I figured that might have been the case, but it's just like, it's such a weird way
to
introduce this whole concept and then just be like, oh, they lost it.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
But yeah, so whenever they're going to get the cryo chamber juice, obviously it's the
That's a weird word.
It is.
Cryo chamber juice. It's technically gas, but
yes, it's the only thing that's keeping the face huggers frozen, and they're taking them out. So obviously the room is getting very hot, and these face huggers are.
It's getting hot in here.
So what?
So let's get some face huggers.
Yeah. So the face huggers are coming out of their slumber, and they're on the hunt. And so Nova, don't think that's her name, but Bjorn's stepsister and Rain are like let's go in there and save these guys because they're locked in their room currently.
Yeah, because what they think they can do is there's a synthetic that's all melted on the ground over there. They're like, we can take like his memory chip or whatever and give it into Andy so that way he can have authorization to like open the door and let them out.
Why did they think this was a good idea?
Because they're
dumb.
In the same franchise as Prometheus and Alien Covenant, so they got to make some dumb decisions.
So they do that. Obviously, this changes Andy's personality completely.
He becomes more like what we're going to learn that Rook is. Well, in the meantime, they're trying to fight all the things that are in the fucking water.
And so they get out, but a lot of them slip through, and one of them attaches on to Bjorn's stepsister.
The bald one, yeah.
And so now she has a face hugger on her. They're trying to get it off. It's choking her.
It's the typical thing, like it's choking her. If you try to get it off, it's going to take the person.
Yeah, and that's when Rook comes back to life.
Which, let's talk about this.
See, okay, so in theaters, when I watched this, I swear this looked better.
I knew looking at it.
I was aware it looked better.
Like, even seeing it in theaters, I was like, whew, this is awful. So if you don't know,
blinded.
Rook is basically Ash from the original Alien. But obviously Ian Holm passed away years ago. So what they did is they digitally pasted Ian Holm's face from Alien onto whatever body double this is, some guy or something like this. Very poorly. It looks so bad. I do want to bring up the question though, like, is it necessary for Rook to look like Ash? Because I would argue it doesn't.
Feel like it doesn't. I know that they got permission from the widow, his wife.
I don't know. That's still it.
But then people argue that he didn't want any part of Isolation, I believe they try to get him a part of. But then people were saying that it's only because of his health that he wasn't able to do that, and that's why he declined it. But then again, it's kind of interesting because why were we needing Rook?
Yeah.
But then I know that they were trying to make it seem that these synthetics were all in a line together and made, to look the same and to think the same. And these were specifically for carrying out like missions like this, where it's like crew is expendable.
It would have to be that way because otherwise it would make the crew, the Nostromo, seem incompetent for not knowing that Ash was a robot.
Exactly.
Because it's like, if this is mass produced and they all look like this, it would be like, well, how come no one on the Nostromo knew that Ash was a robot?
Yeah.
Because it's like, they all got the same face.
Exactly. So
if they're just strictly Weyland-Yutani, like, lab creations that the public doesn't really know about, that makes more sense.
I feel like that's kind of what they were going for.
Yeah, but it's not properly explained. So, like, in the movie, I was just thinking, like, why didn't the Nostromo crew know that Ash was a robot if, like, there's multiple different Ashes?
Yeah, and I remember, like, hearing about that, like, I don't know if it's even a theory or if it is actually canon about it, like, Ash and Rook being a part of, like I was saying, like a certain line of androids that were only like specific missions and whatnot. If that was like said somewhere or if that's just a theory.
I can't remember. And I watched Alien Romulus today. So I don't remember a line of dialogue being in there, but it very well could be, and I could have missed it.
See, I was like, I can't remember.
I've only seen this movie twice, once in theaters and once today. So, but yeah, no, the CGI on it is awful, and it just feels weird ethically to bring an actor back from the dead. Like they did this in Rogue One with Governor Tarkin, like Peter Cushing. They digitally put his face onto a different actor, and it's just, it felt weird there, and it feels weird here. Like, especially since this doesn't need to look like Ash. No. Like, why do it? It could have just been another synthetic. So,
you see, I think that that's why I'm like,
this is
where I can't remember if that's like a theory or not, why people are trying to like justify it by saying like that's why it looks like Ash.
And this is also like where the fan service kind of loses it for me, because it's like, we don't need it to be Ash.
No, definitely not.
And even though he's called Rook, in all essence, this is Ash.
For sure. But I don't know. But obviously, Rook is there explaining to them what is going on.
Yeah.
He's there to basically feed them the plot a little bit, saying
He's just there to explain to the characters and the audience how the alien operates.
Yes.
In case if you've never seen an alien movie in your entire life.
Yeah, that's what he's there for. And then it's so funny because they're like, what happened here? What happened to the crew? And he's like, oh, that xenomorph behind you killed everyone.
You got the original alien hanging up there Christ-like, just...
And I think it's so funny because they've been in and out of this room a couple of times
didn't see
now.
that.
They did not see that
The
giant
big
xenomorph.
fucking gaping hole in the ceiling with
Yeah,
a giant alien monster in it.
Oh, interesting.
It's really funny when they turn around and it's just there it's so fucking obvious.
Yeah. But yeah, so obviously some things happen, some people die.
Well, they get the face hugger off of...
Yeah, because they have like a cattle prod, basically.
No, they think of the cattle prod, but they're like...
Oh, do they not use... Oh, no, they
because
use the
they
juice.
feel like surging electricity will cause it to spasm and could, like, break her neck or something like that. So they come up with a theory of freezing its tail, which would loosen it and be able to, like, pull the face hugger off.
And that's when we see
which is a shame that the Nostromo crew didn't think of that.
Right.
Actually, they did. Yaphet Kotto's character from that original keeps yelling at Ash and Dallas, why don't you just freeze him?
That is true. Why didn't
so,
they
if they had done that, they could have spared a whole lot of grief. But
but then we see all of the tube coming out of her.
This is the first time that we've seen, like, the coming out.
That was crazy.
Disgusting. But we kind of see it earlier because one of the guys, like, the facehugger manages to get it in his mouth, but he pulls it out quickly enough.
But yeah, so stepsister's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, I need to go back to the ship. And Andy, being Andy, because he's completely different now, says,
he's kind of taking over.
You're not fucking going back on the ship.
Which, to be fair, don't. Because Rook is sitting there just like, well, your friend's got a 60-40 chance against her that she has an alien embryo in her.
But Bjorn and stepsister are like, fuck you. So they run straight for the ship and they start taking off. And stepsister is so much like she's feeling it. And she has an x-ray gun that she got from in the lab as well.
Yeah, they kind of have, like, right before she gets a facehugger, like, setting it up and just, like, on her arm, just like, oh, cool, and you can see her, like, forearm bones.
This was so unnecessary, but I enjoyed it.
I kind of like the idea of just, like, you get to see internally what's happening.
That was the only reason why they had that, so that you could see internally what was going on, because why else would that be? It's just a cool shot that they wanted. And I liked it. It was unnecessary, but I enjoyed it.
It's a cool image.
Oh, for sure. And then this is when she wakes up ex-boyfriend's sister, and she's like, what do I do? Like, you're obviously, like, something's wrong with you. What's happening? And stepsister's like, please don't let me die. And that's when Chestburster comes on out.
Yeah.
So she's dead.
She's dead. As what happens when you get a chestburster coming through her chest.
But whenever she's convulsing on the floor as the chestburster's coming out, she kicks the little remote controller that's controlling the ship.
It like crashes into the Romulus, which they establish when they get there, like, this station is going to crash into the ring around the planet in like 36 hours. And they're like, oh, there's plenty of time. We're being out of here in 30 minutes.
But now it's like 20 minutes, right?
They say 40 minutes.
40, okay.
Like, the ship crashes into the Romulus, it knocks it off its axis, and now it's barreling down. So now we got a ticking time clock. And we got an alien on board.
Fun fact. Ripley's Narcissus is seen docked when station.
I heard about this.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that.
Yeah, it's docked. It's there.
Like, did it get out in time?
Okay, so it's docked whenever they, like, crash, right?
Yeah.
And then later, whenever the station's, like, being destroyed, they apparently put it in they animated it in to where it was like floating away. You could see it floating away from the wreckage.
You guys can't see that, but I physically rolled my eyes.
He
at
rolled
that.
like his whole head.
I heard that, yes, Ripley's cryogenic like escape pod from the Nostromo was on there, and I'm just like, that's so fucking unnecessary.
I also thought that was unnecessary.
We don't need that.
No.
And like, when I heard about that, I was just like, wait a minute, the Romulus crashed into there. I was like, did they just kill Ripley and like they're just gonna ignore that? Mm-mm. I hate that. That should not be.
I thought it was a little silly too.
In fact, going forward, whenever I watch this movie, I'm gonna elect to ignore that and pretend that it's not actually there.
So yeah, obviously there's
why? Why would you have Ripley there?
There's no reason.
And then just keep her there.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you wake her up?
There's no reason.
Like, she doesn't have like a queen inside of her to keep her in like frozen stasis.
Yeah. You think they would wake her up with some like questions?
Yeah. But no, they just decided to keep. It's fucking stupid. I hate that.
I don't like that fun fact.
No.
But so now there's a xenomorph on board. And
they added something new here to the alien growth process.
Yep, I was gonna say you're gonna bring it up.
The giant wall vagina,
the cocoon,
which
is
but
a
come
vagina.
on, it's just a giant vagina.
It is.
A weird addition, because it was always my understanding from previous movies that the reason like the xenomorph gets big is because it sheds its skin constantly, like a snake.
It does show some skin shedding.
It does, but like this is a new addition.
Or ex-boyfriend sister season.
This is like a new addition that we've never seen before, and it feels like such a weird step to add.
It is an odd step. I know they just wanted to do something different and to play around with it. They wanted to add
H.R. Giger like artwork into there, and just like giant pussy wall thing.
Yeah, it was okay, but
it's a cool image. But I'm just like. That's a weird stage in the xenomorph's growth to just add into your new movie, especially when we have like decades of like lore and understanding of the alien's life cycle to just add this into it, especially when it's just like it doesn't feel necessary.
It doesn't.
Like you could just explain the alien grows because it sheds its skin constantly.
But with the cocoon, it's like, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
But then Bjorn comes and he meets with ex-boyfriend's sister, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna cattle prod this shit.
He's like, babe, watch this.
He really did, and I was like, that was unnecessary.
He's like, welcome to Jackass, and then just sticks the cattle prod in there.
My name's Bjorn, welcome to Jackass.
Yeah, he shocks the alien, and then like part of its tail comes out and like sticks him or something like that, knocks him over, and a bunch of acid
drips on him.
Which is interesting. Is this the first time? No, we've seen acid drop on people. Never mind.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we've seen it in Alien Covenant. We saw it in Aliens.
Yes.
But it's like more graphic here because it's actually going through. Like in previous movies, it just burns the skin. But in this one, it's like it's dripping through his arms and stuff like that.
Into his heart.
Oh yeah, and his heart explodes.
Yeah, it explodes.
Is that what happens to a heart when it mixes with acid?
They do talk about this. I didn't write it down. It's something with chemical reactions and with your blood and whatnot, and apparently it can cause explosions. So
if it's not obvious, I'm not a scientist or a doctor, so I don't know.
Same. I did. I read that, and I did not want to write it down, but that
fair
because it was some weird chemical reaction thing, but they do explain why they did
acid plus heart equals pop.
Yes, exactly. And so during this time, because now, Bjorn's fucking dead and the xenomorph's coming out of the cocoon now, it's been disturbed.
Yeah.
And so
penis coming out of the vagina.
Yeah. So sister's trying to get the fuck out of there.
We also didn't mention that the sister's pregnant. I feel like that's relevant.
Yeah, I was like,
about.
I don't think brother hasn't learned it yet, but she is pregnant, and right when they revealed that she was pregnant, I was like, they're gonna do something with that.
And they do.
But as she's trying to get out of the ship, during this time, Andy Rain and ex-boyfriend are trying to go across a room full of face huggers. Face huggers they learned don't have eyes, and so obviously they do some heat signature shit, kind of like
Which
Predator.
I kind of like this addition to the
thought it was
whole lore
cool.
of it, of just like, yeah, the face hugger goes by sound, but the real reason why it can like attract to a body is its like internal temperature. It's like that makes complete sense.
It does.
I kind of like that, and so their idea is just like, well, we'll raise the temperature of this room to like our internal like body temperature, so that way we're kind of invisible to them. It's a really cool sequence.
It is. It's very suspenseful.
It's very suspenseful until you look at the face huggers and it's like, that's clearly a puppet.
Yeah. They were doing their best.
I do appreciate all the practical effects in this. I don't want to besmirch it, but it's just like that face hugger looks like a puppet. Yeah. It's moving like a puppet. You can almost see the wheel underneath it as it's crawling around.
But as they're traversing through this room, they obviously all have like radios to contact each other. Mm-hmm. And like we said, they go based off sound as well. And then that's when his sister starts contacting him, saying...
Starts panicking.
Yeah, because she's like, I need to get out of here. How do I get out?
And he starts sweating, too, because he's like...
He's getting nervous.
He's getting nervous. His body temperature's rising and everything like that.
And so he's like, you need the key. You need to do this. You need to do that. She finally finds it and gets out. But as she's getting out, this is when Andy's like, we need to run.
Yeah, like his little line is just, run.
And they book it and all of the...
Run. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
dun, dun.
All the face huggers start coming out, attacking.
Someone should make an edit of that, of just like that song.
I bet they have.
I would hope that they have, and then just Andy just being like, run, and then that'd be really funny.
But yeah, they get out, they meet up with the sister. She's like, let me out, let me out, let me out.
It should be noted to the audiences right now, we're 4 hours and 40 minutes into this recording.
Dude, I know.
We're not even at the original Alien yet.
I'm trying to be quick with it. Because now she's trying to get Andy to open the door. He will not, because he sees a xenomorph. And he's like, we're all going to die if I let you in. Mm-hmm. So this is when she's been taken. And she'll come back later.
Yeah. She'll be cocooned to a wall, like in Aliens.
So, I'm trying to speed this up here. Does anything notable happen until we get to the hallway where ex-boyfriend dies?
No, not really.
So, okay, we get to a hallway and ex-boyfriend gets yeeted up into the ceiling by a xenomorph.
We do figure out, like, we find that they're producing
Prometheus fire.
Where we finally get some explanation as to what's going on with this black goo.
Yeah.
I remember talking to you about the black goo, how much I hate this, how much you were defending it.
And I said, hold on a second, I will tell you what it does, because you said it does anything, and I said,
like for me, I was always under the impression the black goo is kind of this magical substance that the writers can use however they want in whatever way they want because it's so vague.
And I said, no.
And then I saw this movie, I was like, okay.
Yes.
They finally are going down a path with it. I still think it's vague enough that you can waddle your way in if you wanted to do a certain thing, but they do give it a bit more definition here, which I appreciate.
Yes.
Finally giving this black goo purpose.
Black goo. But yeah, so basically Rook says to them that this black goo makes the perfect human. It can help you regenerate, all of that jazz.
At least the synthetic stuff that they're making. He said in its raw form from like the face huggers and stuff like that, it's like this terrible weapon that like no one should have.
The bioweapon, yeah. Obviously we see, because like I said earlier with the rat, they crush it, they inject it with the Prometheus fire, and it regenerates. But they kind of cut it there, and they don't watch the video any longer, and obviously Rook hasn't either. Because if he did... I
feel like Rook has.
He has to have, because I'm like, what?
Like, he's seen that. He's lying.
Yeah, because...
He's trying to get this stuff back to the company.
So that they can do further research.
Yeah, so if you present it as, like, being this benign thing, then they're more willing to take it aboard, which they do.
They do.
Then if you show more of that footage and being like, oh, no, this is actually going to fuck your whole day up.
Yeah, the rat, like, mutates and then, like, explodes.
Yeah, and then dies.
So they have Prometheus fire with them as they're trekking along. Ex-boyfriend dies, like I said. He gets up into the ceiling.
Very gruesome, like eaten by the xenomorph right up there.
Face. And Sister and Rain are trying to get out because Andy is seizing on the ground
He's
because
kind
he
of
gets
freaking
hit.
out. Yeah.
He
So
gets hit
his
and-
program's kind of all scrambled.
And so Rain's going up, and she finally is like, you know what?
You know what? I'm gonna go back for my brother. Andy,
Yeah,
because
even
he's
though-
the best character in this movie.
Yeah,
So.
because I was like, you can't fucking leave Andy. And so she goes back down. She tells pregnant sister, "Take this Prometheus fire with you. Get it on the ship. Like we're getting out of here."
She should have added, "Don't stick that stuff in you." Because, like, Rook and Andy kind of suggest to do it because she's, like, in pain.
Yeah,
Because she
because
took
she-
a fall earlier.
She was impaled by
She
the
wasn't
xenomorph.
impaled. And she also took a
fell.
fall, which could,
She's
like,
pregnant.
have damaged the fetus.
She has a lot going on.
She's got a lot going
And
on.
Andy does say,
Women, am I right? No.
Right, being pregnant. And Andy says it worked on the rat. You can inject yourself.
And humans and rats share 75% DNA, so you should be fine.
Rain said, "Don't do that. Please don't inject yourself. We'll get you to a cryo tube. We'll get you to medical. Like, just get to the ship."
And then she does, like the stupid character that she is.
Yeah,
kinda.
because as she's ascending, and Rain is going back down, she's like, you know
She takes a
what?
vial of it and like sticks it in her neck and just like, black goo.
Mm-hmm. So Rain goes back. She ends up convincing Andy to take the Rook chip out of him so that she can put the original back. And so now he's back to his regular, lovable Andy self.
Telling all them dad jokes, which
Yes.
resonates with me because I also love puns.
I love it.
But it's one of those puns that gets them out of this situation because they're trapped behind this wall of aliens coming by. This is where the aliens influence comes from. There's a bunch of them everywhere.
just crawling around.
And they're just like, well, we don't know what to do. We're trapped here. We can't shoot at them because they have acid for blood, and we're at the bottom of this ship. If we do, it's going to blow a hole in everything.
And we're going to die.
And so she's like, tell me some dad jokes. And one of them is just like, I read this book on gravity, and I couldn't put it down.
And she said, "Gravity!"
She's like, gravity! Because earlier in the movie, we established, like, the ship has, like, intermittent, like, it cuts off gravity to kind of save its own
Energy.
like self or something like that. So she's like, I'm going to turn the artificial gravity off. So goes off, and now she's free to shoot the aliens because the acid is just going to float
Floating.
there. But she didn't quite think it through because, like,
Now she has to get through the acid.
Yeah, well, not only that, but like the gravity once turn off goes through cycles where the gravity turns back on. It's like that acid's going to drop at some point.
I think she did know that, but I think she was like, "Oh shit, we need to get through this
I mean,
acid
it
field."
was literally her only option.
Yeah. So they get through the acid field because they're going back to the elevator. Because once they get to the elevator, they're gonna try and I don't even know what their plan was because it ended up working out because whenever the gravity turned back on, the
I think they
elevator
were just
came like crashing.
I think they
down.
were just going to climb up
Yeah.
to try to get to the ship. But yeah, like
Of course, there's one more xenomorph on their ass.
yeah, the one that got cattle prodded by
Bjorn, I think is what his
Bjorn,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, cousin.
It's one that has like electric shock across its head to indicate, hey, this is
the one.
This is the one, which is weird because it's like it's not really that different from all the other ones. So why mark it? They did a similar thing in Alien versus Predator with
the
like the
netting.
net one.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you pointing this one out specifically? Like, it's no different than
Has
all
a
the other.
vendetta.
I guess so. But why?
I don't know. But yeah, so as that xenomorph grabs Rain, Andy tries to get her, but then gravity turns back on. So she's fallen down with the xenomorph. Andy then comes down to the rescue, grabs the gun. I think this is when he says, "Get away from her,
this is when he says the line,
bitch."
"Get away from her,
Yeah.
you bitch."
Yeah, he has a little stutter too.
Which in context makes absolutely no sense to say.
No, it doesn't. But you got to bring it back.
Yeah, but like, its only purpose is to quote that from Aliens. In Aliens, it's very much Ripley just like saying that to the alien queen, which is a female, and just being like, "Get away from my daughter, you bitch." But it's like, this is just an alien. And calling it I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
It's
sense.
fan service. And again, this is the kind of stuff that I hate.
This part, yeah, some of these parts are silly because we didn't need this
I mean,
either.
there's a lot of lines that they bring back. At one point, Rook says, I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. It's
That's
like,
from the first one.
I get that you're trying to bring back these iconic lines, but it's just like, it feels pandering to me, an Alien fan. It's like, I could do without.
Yeah.
Create your own identity. Stop being like all the other Alien movies.
Yeah, but then after this, so he says, "Get away from her, you bitch." Shoots the xenomorph, and then that's when the elevator comes crashing down and kind of blocks and
seals the whole thing.
Yeah, because
I don't think that would actually work, but whatever.
I think it would just continue.
I think it would just because, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but the vacuum of space is very strong.
Oh yeah.
It would probably suck that thing right through, but whatever.
But it's fine.
It's fine.
So they climb up, they get back to the ship, and this is when Rook is like, "Oh my gosh, you guys did so good. Go and like plug me in so I can take over." And
that way we can get back to the good old company of Weyland-Yutani.
And Raid said, "Fuck you, we're not doing that."
Yeah. And Rick's just like, "Oh no, my plan backfired," and then he dies.
He dies, yeah.
Goodbye,
he gets
Rook.
sucked out into the because they run into the ring.
Yeah.
And so Rain, Andy, and Sister, they're on their way out, right?
Yeah.
You think everything's hunky dory.
Everyone's just like, it's hunky dory. Oh, but there's 20 minutes left of the movie.
Kind of like in Covenant when they're all like getting in the chambers.
It's like a lot of these movies where it's just like we'll talk about it when we get to the original Alien, but it's like most of these movies are just like, oh, everything seems hunky dory, but wait a minute, there's 20 more minutes left of the movie.
So, Rain is getting Sister all tucked in. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Don't worry, we'll get you to medical.
Your son's gonna see an actual sunrise."
Yep. Nope.
No.
And then she puts Andy to sleep because he needs to rest too. And as she's about to get in, some things are happening next to her.
Goes off.
Yeah. And it's something to do with the cryo chamber that she put Sister in.
When she takes her out, like, she's full on pregnant now.
Oh, fully. And
kind of reminds me of Shaw from Prometheus, of just like how rapidly this thing has grown inside her. So because she injected herself with the black goo, it accelerated like the baby inside of her, and she gives birth in a very graphic birthing sequence. This like cocoon sort of thing. Which inside has a little tiny baby in it.
Yeah, so
a little white baby in it.
Yeah, Rain immediately cuts the cord, takes
acid.
Takes the cocoon, but as she's holding it, obviously there's acid around it. So as she's running to, I don't even know where she's going to. She
toss it out the airlock like every Alien movie.
She drops it and it goes down into the cargo bay because of acid, of course. And when before it goes down there, she sees that there's a child in it.
Yeah. Like a little white baby.
Yeah, it basically looks like an engineer, but a baby.
And we'll get to it because it kind of is an engineer.
Yeah, so immediately I would have shot at it or something because she has, I think, the cryo-ness on
but
her.
when you have been shooting at...
she's so shocked.
Also, when you have been like shooting at aliens and they all have acid for blood, and this thing has acid, you probably wouldn't want to shoot it because maybe that also has acid.
But like with the cryo shit, because they have she has like the ice with her.
Oh yeah, that's
so right. I would have shot it with that to like freeze it. But she panics and doesn't do anything, and then so it goes into the cargo bay. And she goes down into it to see what happened to it, and you just see the empty little egg-like thing that it came out of, full of acid, and just little footprints that are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, leading away from it. And this is where
we get yet another offspring, much like Alien Resurrection. But this time it is a cross-hibernation of an engineer, or at least it looks like an engineer. It's very much, the face is very engineer and like a xenomorph.
Yeah.
And this brings me to a question of just like, why does it look like an engineer?
Well, because we share DNA with engineers.
I know, but like, why specifically like it looks more engineered than it looks human is kind of my point.
I think because of the fact that, because they said that this was like not a pure Prometheus fire.
Okay. It
So,
just seems weird to like you extract the black goo and inject it to yourself and that gives you like an engineer. Like I know the engineers quote unquote made the black goo. I feel like it shouldn't share DNA similarities. So like injecting it into your body shouldn't produce something that looks like an engineer.
well, it's not the DNA from the black goo, it's the DNA with us with the black goo, because like, but I don't know what happened.
See,
with
this is
the
where that
synthetic.
magical substance comes in, where it's just like, we want it to look like an engineer, so we'll say that
Yeah, because
it will make it look like
because
an
I don't know
engineer.
where the like syntheticness of, or not the, but like the different human engineered black goo, how that comes into play with like the human DNA that
Like-
we share with the engineers apparently.
Like, you can say that the alien part comes from the black goo, because this thing, like, starts sprouting a
It
tail.
does, yeah.
It's got, like, the weird back things that the alien
But
has.
the engineerness
The
of
engineer
it can't-
part just
comes
doesn't
from
make
the
sense.
humans, but it's like, why didn't it look more like just a human?
Yeah, why
rather than
didn't
an
it look?
engineer?
Why didn't it look more like Bjorn?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
wouldn't that be freaky if
That
it was
would've been
just a
crazy.
giant Bjorn-looking monster?
Right. What the fuck's in the water?
But no, this is the. There's something in the fucking acid. But no, this is like the crumb of the most interesting thing of this movie. It's this hybrid. Because it brought to me, like, oh, we haven't forgot about Prometheus
Yes.
or the engineers. And I'm just like,
I liked
okay,
that.
cool. I want more of this. This is kind of the direction. And from what I'm seeing from Alien Earth, it's not going towards engineers specifically, but it's more like hybrids and like experimentation. And it's just like, okay, cool. The less we do with the xenomorph, the better it's played out at this point.
Yeah. I agree.
I want to take the franchise in new, interesting ways. And it's like, this is the crumb that they gave me, where it's like, I want more.
Yeah. No, I agree. And
But no, it's freaky.
yeah. Oh,
And also, it's a real dude.
the reveal. It is Robert Bobrovsky.
He's
I think
a basketball player, right?
Yeah.
He's like fucking 8 feet tall or
he's
something.
7'7".
Okay, he's close to that.
He's a Hungarian actor and former Romanian college basketball player.
I mean, the way his body is, like,
He
his
has-
body's naturally that
He has
way.
very interesting proportions, but yes, his body is that way.
Yeah.
And I love that he got this role from it.
Yeah, me too. I miss the days because, like, the original Alien, they got like a 7 foot tall dude to be
I'll
the
get to
alien. They for Predator, they also got like a 7 foot tall dude to be the Predator.
Oh, even
I-
in Prometheus, they had.
yeah, the engineers that like I miss in Hollywood of just like you get a very tall dude and you put makeup on him and there's your monster.
Yep, exactly. And
My
he-
favorite behind the scene thing from this movie is just him just chilling while he's talking to the director.
and he is huge.
He's fucking huge. He's like
It looks.
several feet taller than
It
the
looks
director.
fake, like how insane proportion he is.
But no, it's real, and it's just funny of him just chilling back, just like
Yeah, he's kind of like lounging a little bit.
It's pretty funny. It's a funny image.
The reveal of him whenever Andy goes in to see what's going on because he gets woken up.
It's kind of spine chilling
Terrifying.
because like he looks over and it's like he's on all fours and he's just looking at him.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
spine chilling.
It's the scariest thing that the Alien franchise has done in a long time.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And then whenever the offspring goes over and starts feeding off of the sister,
Ugh, I don't like that.
I don't like that either. He starts like sucking the black goo out of her nursing.
Not from her breast though, which is
No.
weird because like before that they established like she's kind of like secreting the black goo out of her. I think it would have been weird,
Ew.
but I think
Yeah.
that if they had him like actually latched onto her breast, would have made more sense. But no, he's like
I think
sucking
it's out
from
of her neck
Yeah.
because that's where she injected it at. Which
well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I appreciate that they didn't go the other route.
I mean, if you want to tie into the themes of like birth and
They would have.
unnatural stuff, you could have gone that route.
I mean, maybe they like put their foot down and was like, you guys can't show that. Like Disney was probably like, we're letting you guys use the offspring, but like chill the fuck out.
I feel like aside from the fact that this movie is just an amalgamation of every other Alien movie, I feel like Disney hasn't really interfered too much with this movie.
Well, I know they really didn't want them to do the offspring.
Well, you gotta do that.
Yeah.
It's the most interesting thing in this movie.
That's why they push so hard for it, because they're like, if you don't want us to do it, we have to do it. Like, this is the only, like, interesting thing we have.
I'm just thinking they could have made this PG-13, and I appreciate that they didn't.
Same, because, so basically, towards the end, she uses the acid that was in the little egg that the offspring came out of
to like shoot him out into space.
Shoot him out into space.
Not exactly an airlock, but close.
Close.
She does detach the bottom of the cargo ship to finally get rid of him.
Mm-hmm. But it's so cool. The design was amazing. I love that they got an actual person to play it.
It's a good way to end your movie. I kind of like this.
Oh, for sure.
They go into cryo sleep, and then who knows if we're ever going to see them again?
Who knows?
I know that they are writing a script for a sequel to this movie. Fede Alvarez, who directed this movie, is apparently not coming back to direct.
Oh.
But I believe he will be producing. So he'll be involved in some way. Oh, yeah. But it looks like they're going to get someone else.
Okay.
So.
Well... And that's Alien Romulus.
That's Alien Romulus.
In a nutshell.
For me, it was at number 4. For you, it was at number 2. Mm-hmm. I rated it a 3 out of 5, and I gave it a C rating.
I think I rated it a 4.
It's kind of just, for me, it's okay. There's good things in here, but I really dislike a lot of the fan service, and I feel like ultimately it kind of just feels unnecessary, especially setting it in between Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully the future of these characters will elevate this movie for me. We'll see.
I love Andy.
Andy's great.
Okay.
Cool. So
both of our number ones.
1979's classic Alien.
Alien.
I was really hoping that this would be your number 1 because how can it not?
No, this one
is a classic.
Oh yeah. It's at so the budget was $8.4 to $14 million, and it made $188 million at the box office.
At the box office.
This is just an amazing movie.
It really
I love
is.
all the practical effects.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is in my top 10 favorite movie. No, it's in my top 20. It's at number 13.
Hell yeah.
Right underneath the original Halloween.
I love this, and it's so crazy because I'm not even like a huge like sci-fi fan.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, this is more horror. Mm-hmm. And I feel like when people debate what is their favorite Alien film, it usually goes back and forth between Alien and Aliens. Mm-hmm. Like, are you an Alien fan or are you an Aliens fan?
Oh,
Alien. And I feel like it boils down to like, are you a horror movie fan or are you an action movie fan? My friend Joey, he loves Aliens. It's his favorite out of it. And I think that is due to the fact he's not a huge horror fan, but he loves action movies, whereas I am the opposite. I love Alien because I am a horror movie fan, and this is a horror film through and through.
And I feel like with this, I can understand why maybe people of like who haven't watched like a lot of horror, or have mainly just watched modern horror movies, probably wouldn't like this.
I mean, this is a very slow burn film.
It is a lot of build up. It is, you have to wait a while.
But at the same time, I think what keeps my intrigue going through this movie is these characters feel very real.
It's worth it, and they feel real.
Like, when you get the scene at the beginning of the movie where they're all just sitting down, they're eating food. Mm-hmm. These feel like real people just eating, having a conversation. You feel like there's a whole history between all of them. It feels natural. So you kind of get lost into these characters and everything that they're doing. So it... Like, later on, when the horror starts to happen, you really feel bad for these people.
I don't know. And just, like, the fact that this is the first movie to do, like, the face hugger, the chest burster. Like,
Iconic.
These are such, like,
what a
Interesting.
What a fascinating way to like get an alien aboard your
Yeah.
ship, because like you think of 1950s, 1960s aliens, and it's like some dude in a weird like giant bug costume or something like that, and they just walk aboard the ship,
And that's it.
and everyone just starts screaming and shooting guns. But in this one, it's just like
The fact that there's stages
yeah,
to this is so cool.
like there's the face hugger, it implants it, you bring it on board, you think everything's fine.
Once the
and
face
then-
hugger's gone and off, it's like, oh, well, it's dead now. But then the chest burster happens. And then that forms into
to
Xenomorph.
the alien, yeah. Such a
and-
cool concept, and like so novel and terrifyingly real, because I know that there are insects out there that do actually like lay eggs inside
Yeah.
other creatures, and it like eats the host from the inside. Yeah.
It's
gross.
the heebie-jeebies. But I want to shout out the man who was in the suit.
Oh
the
yeah,
Xenomorph.
I can't remember his name, but yeah,
I wrote it down, and I wrote it in phonetically, so hopefully I say his name correctly. Baloji Badejo.
that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
Baloji Badejo. He was a Nigerian design student. He was 7'2". He attended Tai Chi and mime classes to create movements for the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
And he bumped into Peter Archer while at a pub, and that's how he was scouted out for this and
Phenomenal
discovered.
find.
Oh yeah. Later on, he relocated back to Nigeria in the 80s, and he had his own art gallery.
Oh, nice.
He did pass away pretty early on. I forgot, I didn't write down, but he did have he was sick with something. I can't remember what it was, but he
Wasn't
did.
AIDS, was it?
No,
The 80s.
but he passed away pretty early on. But he, I think he did have 2 children that
Oh, okay.
succeeded him. Is that what they say?
I think so.
Yeah. But he did leave behind 2 children. But he seems like an amazing man. He did so great in this.
It's kind of a shame that he didn't really pursue like doing more body stuff with like alien creatures and designs, because I feel like he could have made a career out of this.
Yeah, for sure. But I think he just wanted to live a pretty chill life in Nigeria because, I mean, he was a design student. He went on to own his own art gallery. So I think he just wanted to do art.
Nice. I like that for him. Also responsible for like the iconic movements of this alien.
Yeah. And I also love that scene where the alien like jumps
Oh,
out.
yeah, where Dallas, he's trying to like shoot the alien out of the air ducts because it's moving through the air ducts.
He's like,
and
"Ah!"
he comes across it. Some people have referred it as like the happy birthday scene, where it's just like Dallas just comes across the alien and he flashes the light on it. It's just like, sticks his hands out and everything.
It's so good.
There's one shot in this too, near the end of the movie, where it's like Lambert and Yaphet Kotto's character. I can't remember what his name is. Parker. Where like they're trying to gather supplies because they're trying to get the fuck off the ship. And like there's just a shot of the alien after he kills Burke, where it's just like moving kind of like this, and his arms are kind of like waving around there in such an unnatural movement.
Yeah.
It's pretty. It's freaky
It's those
to me.
mime and Tai Chi classes,
Yeah.
man. And then also, I feel like I just want to talk about like all of the, because I feel like
I mean, we
People
don't
know about
we don't have to run through
Alien.
a plot for
Yeah.
plot, especially since we've been going for 5 hours
God
now.
damn, I'm so sorry, Jay.
And we still have to get to what does Letterboxd have to
I
say.
know you'll probably do most of that because I don't think I did any screenshots.
I have a few. I have quite a bit, but I didn't know how long we're gonna go. so I
we'll
might
have to do maybe like
I might
one or
just
two.
I might just scroll through some of them.
But I want to talk about the chest burster design. It was
It's a giant
inspired.
penis.
Well, it was inspired by Francis Bacon's painting, "The Three Studies for Figures at the Base of a Crucifixion." That is what it's called.
Interesting.
I have a photo. I
But
can
it's
show
a
you.
giant dick. Come on, let's
No,
be real.
it really is. And
Because that's H.R. Giger in a nutshell. Like, oh yeah, no, I can see that.
yeah,
But like, it's H.R. Giger to like a T of all this phallic imagery. Like, it's like we've talked about it before. The xenomorph's head is just a giant dick. That's essentially what this chest burster is, and it fits in with the themes of the movie of like male. The terrifying nature of it, like throwing it back into society's face, because like even nowadays, like abusing men is like not really seen as something that happens in American society. So to have it as its central theme here, it's the reason why I love horror films, is you can take those anxieties and fears and tell them through metaphor in a way that can terrify you.
Oh, definitely. And this is
having the alien just being a giant dick. Yeah.
I like that.
Great performances all around, like I've said, like especially from Sigourney Weaver, who at this point was like relatively unknown. I think she had done Annie Hall before this, and that was really it.
I think so.
So it's like you wouldn't necessarily expect her to be the last person alive at the end of this movie, especially when you're in a movie with Tom Skerritt, who was probably like a bigger star at this time than Sigourney Weaver. And like for most of this movie, he seems like the main character. He's the captain.
Yeah.
He's kind of taking charge and everything. I kind of like the reversal of just like it slowly becomes Sigourney Weaver's movie by the end of it.
No, she definitely steals the show, I feel like. And then during the space jockey scene, I know we kind of talked about how giant they looked. You probably know this, but
yeah, they got kids to be in just to make the scale even bigger.
Yeah, and then apparently this is when they decided to add cooling systems to the suits that they had, because they didn't, and the kids were passing out.
No shit.
Yeah, they were passing out, and
I love hearing behind the scenes of any older films, because it's like very clearly obvious things that they should have been doing. They're just like, "Whoa, we didn't do that." For Wizard of Oz, it's like, "Oh, the snow is asbestos. We didn't know that. We shouldn't do that."
Whoops. Yeah, because before they added cooling systems, they had to have nurses on standby with oxygen tanks.
My God.
But
just put air conditioning in their suits.
Once the children started collapsing, they're like, you know what? Let's put some oxygen systems in here.
I feel like we should have gotten to that point long before the kids started passing out.
Once we started deciding that we need nurses with oxygen tanks, I think that's when we would have.
That's so
decided.
funny. Again, I love going back to older films and just being like, well, we didn't know this obvious thing we should have been doing.
Yeah. Oh, and then also, did you know that originally at the end, the alien was supposed to bite off Ripley's head?
Yeah, I heard. Okay.
And then
I heard about this. Like, she gets a call from someone, and like the alien imitates the voice.
Yeah. Well, the xenomorph was supposed to make the final log entry in her voice.
Which there's decisions in this movie that were made early on that were changed that thankfully like didn't affect it, but like if they had left that in,
that would have been.
Can you imagine how different this franchise would have been?
Yes.
I mean, that's very Terminator too. I feel like they took that idea and just put it in Terminator, because the Terminator can also imitate people's voices.
I'm so glad they didn't do it with this, because that would have made this franchise even more crazy.
I mean, we can talk about the director's cut of this briefly. It's not that much different than the original Alien. Weirdly enough, it's like a minute or two shorter than the theatrical cut, which is weird.
Yeah.
You think director's cut
would be longer, yeah.
But anyway, at the end of the movie, like when Ripley is like going through the ship, she actually comes across, I don't know if you saw this, of just like Captain Dallas and one other character, I can't remember, the other one who works with Burke in engineering. And it's established in the director's cut of just like the reason why there were so many eggs on the derelict spaceship is because those were the crew like from that ship that were turned into eggs. You learn like the xenomorph, when it hits you with like its tail, it injects you with something that slowly morphs your body into an alien egg.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, you didn't know? It's in the director's cut. They added it in where like Captain Dallas is turning into an egg.
Oh, interesting.
And that's where they bring in him just being like, kill me. Kill me.
Oh, dang. I feel like maybe that's like Did I not watch the director's cut of this time? I don't know.
Maybe not. It would have completely changed the franchise
Yeah.
because it totally goes against the idea of a queen and like how that whole alien process functions. But it's supposed to be like the final stage of a xenomorph's life of just like it grabs like whatever host it can, sticks it with like this substance, and it turns them into an alien egg. And then the cycle begins again.
Okay.
Which I don't like because that doesn't seem realistic. Like,
not at all, no.
like there's nothing in nature that like turns one organism into an egg for another organism.
I just want to like see the...
It's online. You can find
happen.
it. And there are director's cuts out there of like you can see it.
Yeah.
So, completely changes the canon.
Who'd you say, Dallas or Burke?
Dallas, and then like another
Dallas turning into
the other engineer that's working with Burke.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I can't remember. The actor is Harry Dean Stanton, but I can't remember his character's name off the top of my head.
Let me see. What other fun facts do I have?
Ash is filled with milk because he's constantly seen drinking milk throughout this entire movie.
He's just
gushing milk. It kind of adds to the sexual metaphor because it kind of looks like semen.
I can see that.
When it's like it drips down his head.
Mm-hmm.
Gay question mark? No, just kidding.
The light effects in the egg where they see all the eggs.
Yeah.
They were
they
were borrowed from
Pink Floyd.
The Who.
Oh, The Who. I knew it was one of them.
Yeah.
I just go to Pink Floyd because Pink Floyd's known for its light shows and stuff like that.
No, they're testing lasers in the soundstage next door.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be like a mucus membrane over it or something like that, but it ended up being like too expensive, so they're just like, well, what else would we do?
Let's get some freaking laser beams.
I don't know, let's put a laser in there.
Yeah.
I'm a firing my laser.
And then let's see. Oh, and then Cobb created Weyland Yutani to imply business between Britain and Japan. Yutani, he got the name from his Japanese neighbor.
They never mention Weyland Yutani by name in this, though.
No, I think it's only written somewhere.
They like, only
branded.
They only say the company is kind of the name that they give it.
Yeah.
The Ash reveal is pretty crazy.
Oh yeah.
Of just him being a robot this entire time.
I don't think I expected that going in when I first watched this.
I don't think anybody did. I think there were reports, and this might have been exaggeration, of people passing out in the theater because, oh, shocking.
Dude, there's always reports of people passing out.
But it leads to one of the wonkiest effects in this movie is fake Ash head. When they have him on the table. It's such a weird thing because it's like, Ripley is messing with it because they're trying to revive Ash to get information about the xenomorph.
Yeah.
And it's like this clearly fake Ian Holm head, and she's like messing with it, and then it hard cuts to like Ian Holm's head just sitting there.
Well, you can tell she was trying to set it up to where like it would make sense.
Yeah.
But it's not setting up correctly, so she just keeps like yanking it around.
But it's like it hard
and
cuts.
Then hard cuts.
And then it's just Ian Holm's head there, and it's like you didn't want to just do like a cutaway shot and then cut back to it.
No,
because just cutting straight to it, it makes it so obvious how fake that head is. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's a weird edit in this movie.
I feel like I wrote down in here, maybe not,
about why it looks so fake.
No, I feel like there was a lot of like fadeaway cuts in this.
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of fade out shots in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Where it would show a scene and then fade away, the next scene and then fade away. And I really did not like that. I think that was my only like issue at the beginning with all of those like fadeaways.
It didn't bother me that much. It seemed weird that like the Nostromo has an opening shot much like Star Wars.
Yeah, it does.
Where the Nostromo's just floating on and it's going on and on like the Star Destroyer at the beginning of A New Hope.
I'm like, what? That's all the fun facts I have for the movie. It's good.
Fair enough. I love Alien. I mean, what more can we say about it?
Yeah,
we
love
Alien.
We talked about it a lot, like throughout this whole fucking 5 hours that we've been in.
This 5-hour behemoth of an episode. I hope people listen to this.
I know. I was like, damn, we're gonna have to like cut this in like 2 parts.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's Alien. The Alien franchise.
Aliens.
A lot of our movies synced up more.
Yeah,
during
for this
than
one,
in
for
Alien.
sure.
I think 1, 2.
I think it was 3 that we got.
Yeah,
the
3
same.
movies sync up. Our top and our bottom sync up.
Top and bottom. And then what was the other, like the third one? Or something?
Yeah, it was Prometheus. We ranked Prometheus the same. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, Alien franchise. Love it with an asterisk.
Yeah, I love it. Obviously, there's issues with it, but
where do we think this franchise is going? Obviously, we're going to get a sequel to
Romulus.
Alien Romulus. I believe Alien Earth was greenlit for a second season.
Nice.
I
I'm excited I need to watch that.
Me too.
I hope that they continue. I want to see more engineer shit.
I want to explore more of that. I want to get more away from the Xenomorph.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate that Disney owns it now because their whole thing is branding. So I feel like we're not done with the Xenomorph.
I
Not
don't
even
think
close.
so. I think it's one of those things where they think like you have to have a Xenomorph or it's not an alien movie.
Really, my only hope for Romulus 2 is just like make it less fan serving.
Mm-hmm.
Like have your own identity.
I
Do
feel like-
something new with it.
I feel like now that they got like the initial one over with, I feel like the next one won't be as fan servicey, but who knows?
Who knows?
Like I said, I was serviced, but now for the next one, I feel like it would be kind of lame if they did so much fan service.
I also do believe somewhere down the road we're going to get Alien versus Predator 3. We're going to get another one, I feel like.
Well, especially with like them coming out with new Predator movies now.
Now that Disney owns it.
Yeah, and with all the new Alien shit, like there has to be a new one.
There's going to be one.
Yeah.
Like in the next few years, like next 2 or 3 years or something like that.
Scooch that a little closer. I'll scooch. Sorry, my mic's. I'm like lounging now.
I mean, that's fine. I feel like people can probably feel how tired we are. It's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, fuck. And I was at work all day.
Oh shit! Do you have to work tomorrow?
No,
Or-
thankfully not.
Okay, or technically today.
Yeah, technically today, no. And if I did, I wouldn't go until 12. So.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Well, we'll make this brief, but we're getting to our favorite segment. We're tired. We're getting to our favorite segment. What does Letterboxd have to say? So, I do have a lot of these screenshots. I'm going to try to go through some of my favorite ones. Alien, 4.5 stars. Priority number 1, protect the cat.
Protect the cat, yes.
Jonesy.
I keep forgetting that Jonesy was a part of this.
Yeah. This one's funny. Alien, 0.5 star. Watched on Disney Plus, enraged that they still haven't added back Sigourney Weaver's bush. Hashtag release the bush cut.
I saw that one too.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to Aliens. 0.5 star, worst possible sequel to a masterpiece, extremely banal and a mockery of the original. Which I don't feel like is true.
Wait, which one was this one for?
Aliens. the
Aliens. Oh.
like a mockery of the original.
I don't
get
think
it's a
it
different
was.
tone, but like I don't think it's a mockery. Aliens, 0.5 star. I like the part where Ripley crashes the Cybertruck into the den of terrorist aliens. Found this to be pretty tedious on rewatch.
The Cybertruck.
The Cybertruck. I actually, when I was
Definitely.
watching this with Joey last year, I did comment to him. It's like that looks like a Cybertruck.
No, it honestly it does. I hate Cybertrucks, dude. What the hell?
Let's see. 0.5 star, really just terrible. Couldn't even finish it. Terrible actors, terrible lines, just terrible.
Terrible.
Oh, it's just terrible.
Just
It's terrible. Alien Cubed. 1.5 star. Call me David Fincher because I too have decided to forget this film ever happened. I found that funny. That's pretty funny. 2.5 stars. Sigourney Weaver with a shaved head. Call me when we have much to discuss. Parentheses kissing. This is interesting. Alien Cube, 3 stars. It's better than Fight Club, so jot that down.
Got it.
I don't think so, but then again, I love Fight Club.
I haven't seen Fight Club.
Oh, you haven't? Interesting. We're gonna have to do some David Fincher movies, some proper David Fincher movies.
Let's do it.
2.5 stars for Alien Resurrection. Reasons this was better than Alien 3. First point, women. Second point, Sigourney Weaver and Winona Ryder loving each other. To be fair.
True.
My girl, Winona.
Our girls.
3, I laughed out loud once.
Hell
which
yeah.
is interesting. I don't know what it would have been.
I don't know. I feel like...
Who do I gotta fuck to get off this?
That was
shit?
it.
Yeah.
That was it.
4, Sigourney Weaver threatened to rip someone's tongue out for Winona Ryder.
She
They
did.
do have that moment where she rips out a xenomorph's tongue, hands it to Winona, and she's just like, ugh.
Yeah, and then later, I think she threatened someone. I can't remember who else it was that she
I
threatened.
think it was Ron Perlman.
Was it? I was thinking
might have
Ron
been.
Perlman.
I feel like because they kind of have a back and forth.
Yeah,
going
and
there.
she's like, "Do you want me to rip out his tongue?"
Yeah.
And she winked.
Next point, I didn't want to kill myself, which is good. I'm
That's
glad.
yeah.
Next point, thanks Winona Ryder.
Thank you for being
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for being you. Love you, girl.
Love
If
you.
you're listening, and I know you are. And then last point, women.
I felt like that was the first point.
Yeah. Alien Resurrection, 3 stars. Do you ever get so horny that you make an entire Alien movie?
It was very.
I mean,
horny
that's
movie.
the Alien franchise in a nutshell. Share. It's like, guys.
It is.
4 stars for Alien versus Predator. History Channel at 3 a.m. be like. It is very ancient aliens. This and Prometheus are ancient alien coded. 3.5 stars. I guess the real friends were the predators we met along the way.
Oh yeah. We've been doing this for so long. I forgot we did Alien versus Predator.
I know. Well, we're about to get into Alien versus Predator.
Yes.
1 star. Could have done with a pair of those night vision goggles so I could see what the fuck was going on in this movie.
So true. It's so dark.
God, I can't believe, like, they're just trying to hide how bad the movie looks.
It's just darkness.
5 stars. Same again. I don't know what to write here. I just trying to finish my watch list. Cool movie. Just seeing Alien did that to pregnant lady make me nauseous.
Yeah, I hate that they added that.
Why pregnant women?
I don't
I
like.
don't get it.
We went. Mm-mm.
Alien vs. Predator Requiem, 5 stars. Now, this was an upgrade from half of the other movies I've watched, and I loved it. Just spitting in the face of Alien fans all over the place.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. Upgrade? More like a fucking downgrade. Am I right? Got him.
Seriously.
Prometheus, half a star. If you told me this film was written by AI, I would believe you. I mean, this movie came out long before AI was
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
thing,
say, I was like,
which is interesting. I don't
Yeah.
feel like this Prometheus is too creative for AI.
no.
Half a star. I hate this movie, but it has nothing to do with its quality or execution. So what?
So what is it?
Prometheus, half a star. Alien versus Predator on a bad day. Greater than signs. This pile of shit. I would not agree with that.
No, absolutely not.
Alien Covenant, 5 stars. Michael Fassbender kisses himself. He does. He straight up tongues himself.
Oh yeah.
Not really.
Not really,
They
no.
kiss, but Michael Fassbender tonguing. Let's do it.
We need to see that.
We need to see that. Alien Covenant, 5 stars. James Franco dies right away.
Yeah. The best.
The best part. Alien Romulus, 4 stars. I'm starting to feel like Wayland Yutani Corporation does not have our best interests at heart.
Not the best interest and not the best tracking on their ships.
No, they need to get their shit together.
They really do.
It's been 300 years, girl. Get it together.
Get it together.
3 stars. Would have definitely appreciated subtitles for some of these characters. Something in the fucking water.
Oh my god. It was that bad.
And then I will end it on this one. Alien Romulus, half a star. Ridley Scott needs to be gunned down before I end up watching more Prometheus Black Goose Slop. Ridley Scott doesn't really have much to do with Romulus. Like, he produced it, but, like, he's not a part of any of the story or anything like
No.
that, so... Anyway, that was the Alien franchise. Whopping 5.5-hour episode.
Bro, Jade's gonna kill us.
Yeah. Whatever we do for ranking next, we promise to not go this long.
I warned them it was gonna be like 5 hours. It went over. That's crazy. If we need to, we can always split this up into like 2 episodes, so people might actually listen to it. But like, do like, I don't know, maybe we'll do like a release in the middle of the week for funsies.
Yeah,
or that's like the only way one that after the other.
Sense. Like release one on a Friday, release part 2 on a Wednesday, or something like that.
Right. I'll have to warn them.
Unless people want to listen to a straight 5-hour episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might release this as a full 5-hour on Patreon if we ever get that up.
Or I was gonna say like possibly YouTube, because I feel like that.
Yeah, I feel like people watch 5-hour YouTube things. Although my mom's gonna have a difficult time watching this.
Yeah.
Like, she can't sit for very long, so 5 hours is going to be something.
Yeah, so we might split this up.
But anyway, loved it. Loved talking about this. It was great.
The best franchise, in my opinion.
I have horror franchises I like more than this, but this is very solid. I love Alien. Love Aliens. Everything else is like interesting to go back, rewatch it. Some of them I have better opinions of. Some of them I have lesser opinions of. But no, overall solid franchise.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess we'll tease what's coming next week. So in honor, right now Stranger Things has not finished. The last episode comes out on the 1st. But to honor the ending of Stranger Things, no, we're not going to review Stranger Things.
Nope.
Maybe someday we will. But we're going to do the precursor to Stranger Things.
It was Stranger Things before Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, like Volume 0 or something like that. We're going to be covering the movie Super 8.
And I don't know if a lot of people know of this movie.
I don't think so. I think this kind of got lost in the shuffle of just like sci-fi movies that came out in like the early 2010s that nobody really paid any attention to, but I really liked it when it came out. I remember
liking it too.
I haven't really seen it since it came out in theaters. So it'll be interesting to go back, rewatch it. I think it'll be a fun episode.
I feel like too, because
it will not be 5.5 hours long.
Oh, absolutely not. I knew this one was going to be long because I have a lot to say about this movie.
We both did. We both had a lot to say about Alien.
So yeah, I'm going to message Jade here in a second and warn
Jade
them.
is going to kill us.
Yeah, I should like take a picture of like the recording right now.
You can put that on our Facebook page too. Just like, look at this behemoth.
Fuck. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining us on this ride. We will probably most likely split this up. Maybe on YouTube we'll put up the full episode. Because damn.
Yeah, it's quite a lot, even for us. I'm pretty sure you're starting to feel tired.
I'm exhausted.
My voice is gonna go rash at some point because we've been talking for 5 hours nonstop. And I yelled at the beginning of this episode too.
You yelled a lot.
That was a mistake. But yeah, thank you for listening to us. Please follow us on all of our socials on Facebook and Instagram. Be sure to follow us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. Give us a like, follow us, rate us. Leave a comment down below what you guys think of the Alien franchise. And then subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a like, subscribe. Turn on notifications, all that good stuff, and let us know there what you thought of the Alien franchise.
Just do everything, please. We appreciate it.
Shout out to Jade, who edited this behemoth of an episode.
I love you, Jade.
We really appreciate you, Jade. Please don't kill us. We are so sorry.
I'm going to have to send them like a late Christmas gift.
Yeah. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Joey. Not today, but yesterday was his birthday. So just wanted to wish him a happy birthday. But yeah, that's all that we got. So tuna in next week. Tune in next week. We'll be talking about Super 8. It's going to be very fun. We look forward to joining you guys there. So until then, stay crispy. Stay crispy and stay spooked. Cover yourself in some black goo.
Yes. Black goo.
Or don't. That sounds like a terrible idea.
No, go for it.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Well, we talked 5 hours as to what the worst that could happen be. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. An alien! Okay, we gotta end this long episode. Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.